McIntosh teaches AI non-stop. Success is his game, marketing's his fame. McIntosh, the marketing ace, follow his lead to the winning place. With AI become a spin, join him now, learn to win. Learn his way, don't delay. If you do, you'll make your fortune today.
Hey, welcome to the show. Of course, I'm Bill McIntosh. I want to thank you for tuning in with me this afternoon. And of course, the purpose of this show is to help entrepreneurs build, launch, grow, and scale a business using online strategies. And this is good if you're someone who hasn't yet started your first business. I am here to help you with that. Or if you already have a business and you're just looking for new ways to grow it, new revenue streams, new ways to make profit, I'm here for you as well. So that's what this show is all about. And I'd like to check in. Give me a big warm hello in the chat and let's find out if you all are seeing me and you're hearing me. Let me know, say hi, and you can do a shout out of where are you at in the world? Where are you at in the world when you're watching right now? And I'll take a peek over here. And let me get the chat going over there. And I see a lot of regulars in there. A lot of warm hellos. Well, hello. Okay, fantastic. Good. Laguna Beach, California. You're right down the street from me. So somebody in Laguna Beach, in Mission, in Atlanta. Mission, did I say that? Michigan. Highlands of Scotland. All right, welcome, Gwen. Malaysia. Welcome, Uzaldi. Hey, and Ryan Patterson, hello. Frozen Tallahassee, also Mary Beth in Texas, in Sweden, awesome. Tucson, hey Mark, I was just not too far from Tucson just this last weekend. I've been in Arizona the last few days of this week. Okay, awesome. Ontario, Canada, people all over the world. Hey, one last little check-in and then we're gonna get to it. I want to know who here is new to the channel. So if this is your first broadcast, first live show here, tuning in with me, we do have subscriber only chat turned on. So we do that so that you can be first of all, a member of the channel and get notifications when our show goes live, but also it helps keep the drive-by comments away and we can have some serious discussion here. And as a channel member, you'll also have access to our videos. So every time we release new trainings, you'll get notifications here on YouTube as well. And so if you subscribe to the channel, you'll see the big red subscribe button that should be on the page down below somewhere. That will open up subscriber-only chat and you'll be able to participate in the live chat and hang out with all of our very friendly the group here, the gang. So, yeah, let me know. Just say I'm new. Just say I'm new in the chat. And I do see we have Tim Debs Ewing. I probably really mispronounced that. Easy Go Biz is new. Welcome to both of you. Awesome. Oh, I see Jill. Jill is here. She's one of my customers over in our Push Button AI program. She's an ultimate member over there, one of our VIPs. And then Gwen has been part of the 5-day challenge and also a member of Push Button. Fantastic. Well, welcome to all of you who are new. We do this show live every Wednesday. And then also on the channel, we release kind of more polished, finished, edited up video trainings as well. So we do 1 to 2 of those a week on the channel in addition to this live show. And they're all targeted to one thing, and that's helping entrepreneurs have more success. That's, there's a lot of different angles that you can approach that on, but that's what all of the content on this channel is about. Okay, awesome. See lots more people saying hello, and I see, there we go. Here's somebody else who's a Push Button AI customer, says they're loving Push Button AI. Good to hear that. I love hearing it when we're able to use our tools, all of my software and AI tools, and they're able to help people. Because I don't know if you guys know, but the reason this channel exists and the reason I do what I do is because I had a midlife crisis, I guess you could say, right? many of us have those, halfway through. And I'm no exception. And I went through this time of soul searching. This is probably, 10 years back, maybe a little more. And I did a lot of really deep soul searching. And I had a lot of successful businesses. I was very successful. I had made a fortune, lost a fortune, made it again. I'd done that actually twice. And I had a lot of confidence in my ability to make money and ability to do marketing and build businesses. But I wasn't feeling very fulfilled. I sort of an odd place to be successful, have a lot of money. And I had these different businesses, and I didn't find that they were fulfilling to me. And so I did a lot of soul searching. And what I came down to is I wanted to make an impact on the world. I wanted to make a difference in the world. And so I thought, well, what with my sort of skill set and everything that I have available to me, what could I do that with? And it came down to the point that I can help entrepreneurs like you, right? People like me and you. I can help you with marketing, with selling, with building internet businesses and getting successful with those things. And so that's what I completely reorganized my life. And some of my friends say that I'm kind of made some stupid decisions. I actually shut down some successful companies, wound them down and closed them or sold them or, kind of exited out of them in order so that I could focus on doing this. And so now a lot of my focus is on I want to build a very big business. We're in the process of scaling up our push button AI tool suite. So we have a suite of tools that help you with anything from building and hosting your website to writing sales material to making videos and audios and basically anything you need to build and set up your business. So we have a software company that we are scaling up and growing. And I love my team over there. So I do that. And then I also focus on this channel and being able to help you with your businesses. And so that's the whole backstory behind why I do all of this and all that stuff. And today, during this live show, we have 2 segments planned. We'll see how time goes. If we run long, I might we may do one, but I have 2 segments planned. The first one is some training on how, and actually somebody who was on our 5-day challenge. Let's see, who was that? That was Gwen. So Gwen was in our 5-day challenge and has heard a little bit about this. But there's a very unique strategy that borrows from 106-year-old tactics, I guess you would say. And it takes, and see, I'm going to talk a little bit about this ancient book here. It all started here. So I'll explain in a minute. But it takes some 106-year-old strategies and combines them with some of the most cutting edge, the most modern strategies in AI. And I noticed I forgot to shut down my notifications. So let me get rid of those over here. Why is Skype doing that? Okay, so I don't know. All right, well, we may get Skype noises. I don't know. But let's see if we can. It shows that Skype is off. So why is it making noises?
Yeah, that's ambiance. Don't worry about it.
Okay, quit Skype. Go away. Okay. Sorry for the distraction. My I have that, people label it ADHD, right? And I think all entrepreneurs have those characteristics. I'm no different. And I don't believe in the ADHD label necessarily, but I definitely notice that entrepreneurs have a heightened amount of, being distracted by stuff. Being distracted by opportunity seems to be what we all suffer from, right? Too many opportunities, too many choices, too many things to look at. Anyway, so
it's an asset and a liability.
Yeah, exactly. If you know how to manage it and harness it, boy, is it an asset. That's for sure. I think you can kind of see that in guys like Elon Musk is a kind of a really big example. But anyway, back to the task at hand. So there's this 106-year-old method. And when you combine it with some of the most cutting edge AI strategies, oh my gosh, is it profitable? And we're going to talk about that today. So that's going to be our first segment is going to be covered on that. And that's how to make money with AI and a 106-year-old growth strategy. And then our second segment that we'll be covering today is the 6-step product launch strategy to build $1 million businesses for $0. So sounds cool, right? $0 turned into $1 million. I don't know. I like the sound of that, but that's the topic of today's training. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing here. Now let's see how the audience is going. Okay, the audience is building up, so I think we're good to get started. Final little bit of housekeeping that we're going to do here. Nick, do you have the link that Daniel shared in the marketing channel?
No, thanks for reminding me. I'm gonna grab that right now.
Go grab that link. And so I have a quick survey for everybody, and then we're going to dive into these segments for today's training. Let me know, anybody here, have you heard, whether it's from me or through somebody else, have you heard about there's this product launch going on? And it's like everybody and their brother is promoting it. And it's a product by a guy named Aidan Booth. And it's you might have heard it referred to as Omega, or you may have heard it referred to as Vulcan, but it's a product launch that's going on right now. The doors are open and they're going to be closing, I think, next week. So he opens up the doors and he lets big groups of people join, and then he shuts the doors for a whole year. That's how Aidan runs his business, and he's currently open. But let me know, have you heard of Omega? Have you heard any of the buzz around the launch or about Vulcan? And in fact, we had a webinar just yesterday, and I had Aidan on, and he was telling us about that. It was a private webinar. You had to register to go attend that. But during that private webinar, he talked a little bit about his technology and about his product launch that he's opened up. And let's see here. Okay, some of you haven't heard about it. So give me a yes or a no. So answer either way. So you're obligated. You must answer. So this is a mandatory quiz. Who has heard about Omega or Vulcan and this product launch I'm talking about from Aidan Booth? Give me a no. No is a totally helpful answer, or a yes. Surprisingly, there's a lot of no's. There's a mixture of yeses, though. Okay, well, a bunch of my friends that are in the marketing industry are all promoting it. Everybody and their brother, seems like, that I know is promoting it to their lists and hyping it up and doing webinars. And I'm no exception. I did it yesterday with Aidan. And he went over a really interesting business model that, and I don't think the webinar we did it justice. He has built this system. It uses automation and it uses AI. And if you think about, do you guys, I don't know if you were paying attention maybe 3 to 5 years back when a bunch of people made like millions of dollars with drop shipping. Do you guys remember that? I mean, it was like everywhere, all over YouTube and Instagram. You couldn't, basically in my world, you couldn't walk anywhere without tripping over a drop shipping millionaire. A lot of these young kids were doing it, making a fortune. And I saw kids in high school making a fortune doing drop shipping, right? And they would do the thing where they would source products from and ship them from China, to people. And it kind of gave drop shipping a bad name even at that time. So what Aidan has done is he's taken that business model and just supercharged it so that you can do a hands-free business where it's based around drop shipping. But let's say, for example, you're selling in the United States. They're products that are in warehouses here in the US. No Chinese nonsense with garbage products. They're products in the US, or if you're in some other first world country, they would be in warehouses where you're at. And they ship from where your customer is to where your customer is. And he's used AI and automation in a way that just blew my mind. And that's why I brought him on. That's why I wanted him to do this webinar yesterday, because I knew about what his product did, but he didn't really show it off. We were on the webinar and he's like, and I was waiting for him to show off this magic automated AI solution. And he never really showed it off. So I got on the phone with him last night. I called him and I said, hey, you've got to show this. So I'm bringing him back. So we're going to be back on live together. And I am going to force him. I'm going to make sure that he shares his screen and that he thoroughly shows you, because it's mind-blowing. It really is. You all know I'm a fan of AI and automation. All of my tools are based around that. Push button AI, our commission engine product, our web hosting that we do. It's all based around trying to make things that usually are very difficult and try to make them much easier. Right? That's behind everything I do is based around that concept. And that's what his system does, but it just really didn't do a good job showing that off and explaining it. So I wanted to invite everybody here. If you want to join us, we're doing it again tomorrow. I'm dragging him back in front of the camera, making him share his screen. And last time, I just did an introduction and let him go. This time, I'm going to work with him throughout the whole presentation, and I'm going to drag it out of him. I'm going to make him show you. It's amazing. So not only does the AI source products, it taps into like Amazon, the Amazon bestsellers, trends, products that are selling and in hot demand right now. It uses AI to find them all, source them, find them in warehouses where they're not being shipped from China and around the world, but from local warehouses. It not only sources the products, it creates the product listings, does the images, writes custom titles and descriptions, and then it even helps you get traffic in a way. I'll bet you $5 right now that you've never seen or used this traffic strategy before. And it automates all of this stuff. And the webinar just didn't show this off. So we're coming back tomorrow, and I wanted to invite you. So if you'd like to come back, even if you were on the webinar yesterday, I really think you should come back because it's going to be all new. It'll be me on camera with Aiden, and I'm going to drag it out of him and get him to show you. I think maybe he's wanting to keep some of this secret stuff behind closed doors, but I think he needs to show it to you. So I'm going to have him do that tomorrow. It's something where you must register. So we'll drop that link. Producer Nick, did you drop the link yet?
I did, but I'll do it one more time.
Okay, cool. Well, if you dropped it, then I can go pin it. Let me just go. Or you can drop it again, but I'm going to go in there and pin it. Let's go to our live. I'll log in here. And there it is again. So there we go. I will pin that message in the chat. So it will be there. So you can click that. You do need to register in order to attend that. But there you go. So I want to invite you to that. And with that, I think we're going to get into things. And Producer Nick here, I'll bring you on here for a moment. So those who don't know Producer Nick, there he is. He's the brains behind the operation here. He's the one who makes it all happen.
Thank you.
The secret man behind the curtain, right?
Yeah.
So Producer Nick is here. He'll be hanging out in chat and helping out during the show. So if you guys haven't met him before, there he is. And anything else we need to do today, Nick? Before we get into the content? Yeah.
If you need to call on me, or if you start the slides and you have a question for me, as soon as you start, I'm gonna make a very quick run to refill my water and do a quick bathroom break. So I might be AWOL for like 5-10 minutes, but I'm just letting you know now.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides that, we're good to go.
All right. Well, thanks for the warning. And then so then I will come back to me here. And I got my teleprompter, my trusty teleprompter. So those of you who are seasoned vets with the channel know that we record these segments. So I record them in a way so that we can reuse them, right? So I have a whole content team. There's an editor and others who will get this content. They're going to edit it up, make it polished, and then we release it in my courses or on social media, or it may show back up here on our YouTube channel as a training video. And so while I'm here live with you, I might make notes for my editor. You might see me do retakes and things like that. And then when we're all done recording the segment, then we kick it to you in the live audience, and we do some interactive Q&A. So if you guys have questions in chat, just ask your questions. Producer Nick will keep an eye on those, and then he'll bring them and we'll answer all of your questions live when we're finished with the segment. So that's how we do it. And with that, we're going to get started, and I'm going to record the hook. Which, Nick, if you're still out there, I think I see you back there. So,
yeah.
Let me turn my do not disturb on there. Okay, good. I would like to record some dedicated outros today. So while we're on camera, so I'd like to record an X one, a Facebook one, so we can have different endings for each of the different channels. And the audience can help. You guys could help us with that. So we're gonna. So I'd like to do that today at the end of the first segment. Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. So then with that, I'm gonna get started recording the first segment. Here we go. Well, let's. Okay. Stop. Don't mind me talking to my teleprompter. Here we go. Want to make a ton of money online with AI? Well, most people are doing it all wrong. They're missing. Okay, gonna do a retake. Take two. Want to make a ton of money online with AI? Well, most people are doing it all wrong. They're missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. That is right here. Okay, well, that's okay. It's a note for editor. We'll do a quick little segment to stitch that together. Here we go. And that is right here, this 106-year-old secret that I'm going to go over with you today, because I found this ancient business blueprint. And when you combine it with cutting-edge AI technology, so we're going to merge this with modern AI technology. And when you do it, the results, they're insane. Now, you might be wondering, what does a guy who was born all the way back in 1889, what could he possibly teach you about how to make money online with AI in today's modern world? Well, you'll be surprised, because follow his century-old blueprint and you just might strike it rich. But there's a catch. This AI tech is evolving so fast, the window to exploit this loophole, it's closing. So you need to act now before it's too late. And it's by combining both the old and the new that you can generate an absurd amount of profit. And when you stick around to the end, by the way, I do have something I'd like to share with you. I'll share a copy and paste set of AI prompts that you can use to apply this strategy today and change your life forever. But you got to stick around to the end for that. So, are you ready to get started? Let's dive in. Okay, there is hook number one. Let me get hook number two over here. Good. Okay. And now, I am going to get things set over here. So now we're going to dive into the content. I'm going to share my screen, which looks like I forgot to set up. So let's set up screen sharing, entire screen. It's this one. Cool. All right. So now we're going to get into the content for today. Put that back there. And here we go. Like many of my video trainings, this training comes with a slide deck. And in the slide deck is a whole set of resources, examples, case studies, a bunch of information, and even some prompts that we're going to be sharing with you. It's all available in the deck. You can download it. It's totally free. The only catch, you just need to be a free newsletter subscriber. You'll see the link down below or in the comments on joining our Ingeniosity free newsletter. And in there, every Friday, we release a new playbook, a new training method, a new way to make profit online. And when you join that email newsletter, you will be able to download this deck and over 20 others just like it that are going to help you with your business building. So go get that. You can download the deck and all the resources. Everything I share on the screen today will be available for you to download totally free. All right, well, let's get into it. So this guy here, we're going to be talking about him in just a moment. He's the guy that 106 years ago figured all of this out. So note for editor, I heard a dog bark, so we're gonna recut this part here. So a bit later, we're going to talk about this guy here. 106 years ago, he cracked the code and figured out the strategy. Okay, I don't know why the dogs are very active, but we'll, here, hold on. We'll try this once more. Okay, editor, you can clean this up as needed. And so I'm going to go into presentation mode and we'll kick things off today. So we'll go in presentation mode. We will go full screen. And here we go. So, of course, I'm Bill McIntosh, the guy who is delivering this training. And as we get started with this, I want to let you know the reason this is so important. What I'm sharing with you is not just some random opinion. I've been doing this for over 25 years now. I've made over $100 million in revenue across all my different businesses over the years. And so it's from this perspective that I'm delivering this information to you. And in this information, you're going to discover how you can claim your share of this $325 million. Sorry, a lot of cleanup here for the editor. Okay, note for editor. Take two. You're about to discover how you can claim your share of a $325 billion industry. Soon, it's on its way to growing to $1 trillion. Now, even though it's already booming, this market is primed for unprecedented growth, and you can take part in it. And it's wide open for you to profit too. And following what I'm about to show you, and as we go into this training, you're going to see exactly how you can capitalize on this. So in fact, almost anyone with a bit of ambition and the right guidance can claim their share of massive fortunes that are being made in this market right now. Which, by the way, it all started here. I'm going to come back on screen. It all started really with this guy right here. So this goes back into the 1800s. When he released this book, and you probably know who P.T. Barnum is. He's the guy who kind of made circuses famous in the United States, right? And P.T. Barnum he started it all. And actually in this book, there's a segment in the end. It's called The Art of Money Getting that was in this book. And he actually dives into how to make money. Now, this is interesting. I love looking at the perspective from, in this case with P.T. Barnum, it's over 150 years ago. And he dives into how he did that. And this is really where it all began, is with P.T. Barnum, because what he did is he had no shame, right? He had no shame in the sense that in finding out what people wanted to see. And then he showed it to them. And that's ultimately how he made money. It didn't matter to him what people wanted to see. He just went out, got it, showed it to them, and they paid him, and he made a fortune. He built an empire around this. And often the things that he would show people, whether it was in his circuses or sideshows or other business ventures, there were things that people would never admit to others that they wanted to see them, but they would flock to give him money when he showed it to them. So then, a little while later, we're going to fast forward a little bit to 1919, and this guy named E. Haldeman Julius, he cracked the code and took what P.T. Barnum had created and built on it. And he did these little booklets. I'll show you more of these in a minute. He did these little booklets like this one. This is an example of one of the ones that he released. And he made an absolute fortune by building upon what P.T. Barnum started in his business. And that is, if you could tap in and find what are people's deepest emotional desires, that you could make a fortune. Now, more specifically, I want to get to this, that not only can you tap into their deepest desires, but if you could tap into their most important problems and emotional goals, things that were really important to them, either because they were incredibly painful, whether that's emotionally, physically, or otherwise, or they were things that were really important that they wanted to achieve, that there was a lot of positive emotion attached to them. What he discovered is if you can find out what those things are and then help people with these goals, they would practically throw money at you. And he sold over 500 million copies of these little blue books, just like this one here that I've got. I've got a little library of them. But so one little booklet at a time, he sold 500 million of these. Now realize this was back in 1919, over 106 years ago at the time of recording this. And that's a heck of a lot. I mean, that's like the equivalent of, I don't know, 2 billion books. I think we did the math on population growth and the economy's growth since that time. And it comes out to the equivalent of selling literally 2 billion books in today's economy. So I'm going to teach you how to find a niche market that has deep-seated emotional goals and problems. And I'm going to show you how you can tap into these deepest desires and use AI to create digital guides that will solve these problems for them. Now realize, I'm not saying that like if somebody's suffering from arthritis, they're not going to read your digital guide and solve their arthritis. But you can enlighten them, you can educate them, you can point them to the solutions, and they're happy to pay you for this. I call this profit sinking. This is where you take someone's deepest, most important emotional problems or goals and sync it up with a solution so that you can make profit. Now, doing it right is such an insanely profitable opportunity that I've created dozens of these digital courses myself. So during my time as an online entrepreneur, I've created a lot of these courses using this strategy. Been doing it for over 25 years. And after 25 years of entrepreneurship, I have invested so much time in creating and selling my courses. Why do you think that is? You know, why would I spend so much time doing this? And that's because it's a simple answer, really. Profits. When you do it right, not only is it fulfilling because it's cool. I love the feeling of being able to help people with important problems and help them achieve important goals, even if it's to inspire them and motivate them to keep moving forward and solving them. Not only does it feel good, it's incredibly profitable. Some of you may have seen some of the results of this. This is a screenshot from one of my very first, I call it my freedom business. It really set me free and gave me the time and money that I could live the kind of life I wanted. That was my first business there. And then here's another, almost $1 million. This was in under a year on a brand new business. And another $1.8 million in this one from, this is out of our authorized.net merchant account, pulling that stat. Here's another, also out of PayPal run there, $1.15 million generated there. So I have used this over and over again to make a lot of money. That's the point. So before you let any preconceived ideas get in the way, right? Any ideas you have about this industry, about selling courses or providing information, whether it's selling it or giving it away for free, there's a lot of false information out there. So before you begin thinking about those thoughts, well, allow me to share some stuff. Because I think that online learning is the perfect business. Just as itself, just setting up and selling these courses and solutions and the equivalent of these little booklets, like you see here from E. Haldeman Julius, selling. Hey, dogs. Hey, dogs. Hey, can you shut my door, Dylan? Sorry, everybody. So it's by selling the equivalent of these little booklets, the digital versions of these booklets, that you can make a fortune and you can help people in a big way. So right now is the perfect time to get started with this business model because it's never been easier to enter this market and make yourself a fortune. I really, truly mean that. Right now, we're at this crossroads where it is incredibly easy to break into this market using some of the modern technology and using AI. But I believe that this opportunity has a time limit on it. So I believe that those who jump in now and establish themselves have a huge benefit over those who come later. The past few years, millions of people all over the world had to change their habits overnight. You probably know what I'm talking about here, right? The big lockdown where we all had to be in our homes nonstop every day for a while. When that happened, it changed the world's habits like in a flash. And now they're turning to the internet to learn new things about every possible topic you could think of. Plus, an entirely new audience has come online. A lot of people, the older generation that just did not grow up on the internet, that were avoiding it, that did not want to use it. Like even my dad at over 80 years old uses the internet to learn stuff all the time. Now, this all happened because of that huge change not too long ago. And human behavior, by the way, if you really look at human behavior over a long span of time, it rarely changes. How we behave today is so similar to how we did 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. And I don't think people realize just how much we're like how we used to be many hundreds of years ago. But every great once in a while, something happens culturally or worldwide that can change human behavior. And that happened. And when this does happen, it opens the door to huge opportunities to be able to make money. So this means that there's a big opportunity for you right now to build your business from home and call the shots in your life that you want to call. And there's some good news, by the way. According to the World Economic Forum, over 200 million people will be looking to enroll in online learning this year. So that's 200 million people actively seeking out online learning solutions to help them solve their problems. Just like back in the day with E. Haldeman Julius, he didn't have the internet. He didn't have people seeking them out. He had to run little ads in newspapers all over the place to attract his audience. We have a massive advantage that he never had. So not only do we have an extremely receptive and hot market looking for online learning solutions, it's only going to get bigger. Sales of digital courses are expected, this is according to Polaris Market Research, to hit $1 trillion by 2028. So this is a massive growth industry. So that's why it has never been a better time to create your own digital course and get in on this action, okay? So the thing I want, okay, note for editor, we'll clean that part up. The thing I think is important for you is that you understand that you don't have to be an expert in order to make one of these courses in, especially in today's age of AI. Those who learn the little secrets, the little things that you need to do to use AI properly can crack into a market and sell information products even though you're not an expert. And let me explain. I'll continue to show you how as we go on. And don't forget, as we get to the end of this video, I have a set of AI copy and paste prompts. You can literally copy and paste them into ChatGPT, and it will help you implement the strategies that I'm talking about here. Now, as an example, I'd like to show you a quick example of somebody doing this. Mike Tyson, yeah, the famous boxer. So he released a course. So if you were to look at that course and you think about Mike Tyson, who do you think he's targeting that course to? Who do you think that course is targeted to help? Well, you might think athletes, right? Or maybe boxers, right? To help them achieve success. Nope. It's for business people. It's a how to start a business and how to succeed in business course put out by the fighter, Mike Tyson. So there's an example of someone. He is not an expert at all in the realm of business or in the realm of online marketing or any of these things. Yet there you go. There he has a course on that very topic. So you might be thinking about this. Maybe you're thinking about something that you're passionate about. Maybe you don't consider yourself an expert. Maybe it's a hobby or just a personal passion. You can release a course and make a lot of money with it. You can even jump into one you know absolutely nothing about, as I'll explain in a minute. So as I said, that course is not about boxing, okay? He's not teaching this stuff to boxers. He's teaching it to people who want to work on the internet from home. And we already know that Mike is not an online business expert, but he's still seeing massive success and selling a lot of his products. Now, when we use this strategy that I'll be showing you in a moment to do profit syncing, you don't have to be a big expert in something in order to make money. You just need to be able to find out and spot what's hot, what's trending, what are the emotional biggest problems and goals that people have, and then make AI courses on those topics. And the AI can do it for you, by the way. Of course, I do have a suite of products that create AI courses, which we'll talk a little bit more about in a few minutes. So you can make money from things that you do love and know a lot about. So it could be things from, it could be about your profession. So if you have broken into a profession and made a successful career at something, that is worthy of an online course. If you love gardening, that is worthy of an online course. Painting, cooking, any of these things that you may not realize that people are just eating it up and buying these kinds of courses every single day. Topics as simple as how to use Microsoft Excel. So if you're a master of Microsoft Excel, there is a young woman who has made millions upon millions of dollars just teaching people how to use Microsoft Excel. So do you see the match here? Do you see why taking this old school strategy of tapping into people's deepest needs and then using AI to create solutions for them to help educate them, enlighten them, inspire them, point them in the right direction to solving those problems, and then we charge for access to those courses and we make profit? Do you see why this is such a huge opportunity? This is something that I am incredibly passionate about. I've been shouting from the rooftops that this opportunity is massive. And a lot of people are listening to me and going off and starting their own online course businesses, okay? And so in the last bit of time, I've been spending a lot of my own time and money figuring out this whole AI thing of how do we use AI to pull off this business model, okay? Now, you've probably seen chatbots and image generators or text-to-speech tools like ChatGPT. That's probably the biggest, most commonly known one. And these tools can be used to make these courses, okay? And there's a lot of excitement around this technology, but I do have to say there's very little practical money-making application of using ChatGPT. Most people now are using AI for simple things that may or may not make money. Like, I don't know, the way you might put it is artificial intelligence is not particularly intelligent in the average person's hands. If you don't know how to use it properly, it's very hard to get quality courses and quality information and quality sales materials out of AI, which means a lot of profit potential is being wasted, okay? So now I want to move on and address one of the biggest questions that people have about the business model itself and about how you make money with this. And that is, can I really use AI to build high quality digital courses? Maybe you've been thinking that. You might be wondering, is it really truly possible for AI to create something of value and of quality that people are willing to not just give you money for, but then feel like they got their money's worth afterwards? Did you know that AI passed the bar exam? So think about this. So when you're thinking about, could it possibly do a great course on gardening, okay? Or, you know, how to use Microsoft Excel or whatever topic you might want to do a course on, and you're wondering, could it possibly do that? I want you to realize that, take a look there, it passed the bar exam. Not only did AI pass this challenging legal exam I know people that had to take it and fail it before they pass it, right? You've probably heard about that. Lawyers who, before they became a lawyer, ended up failing the bar exam before they finally passed it. Well, it passed the bar exam by a huge margin. It beat humans, by the way. So head to head against humans, it beat them in 5 of 7 different subject areas. And it got an astonishing score of 297. So that's actually the top 10% of everyone who takes that exam. So, and there we go. And you can see here, if you look at this, there's a whole host of human testing, whether it's the SAT given to high school graduates, to other testing done at the college level, and over and over and over again, AI passes these tests. So do you think that if it can pass the bar exam, that it could possibly make an online course that could have value? Heck yeah, it can, but it's all about knowing the right way to utilize AI to coax those answers out of it. How do you get it to provide the right information and the right answers? Because think about it. If AI can accelerate passing the law, the bar exam in law, then imagine how powerful could it be in helping craft simple digital courses. Because remember, again, I'll look back to this example of E. Haldeman and Julius. It's not a big booklet. It's a fairly simple booklet, but it gets right to the heart of one single topic that helps someone with their unique problem or achieve their unique goal. But you do need to know the power and how to harness it, right? If you don't know exactly how to use the different AI tools and how to harness them and get and coax out of those tools the right information, that's all about prompting. You might have heard of prompted prompting. That's what you say to the AI to prompt it and give it your information. And if you're not excellent at that, it's like a whole job, a whole category of employment is developing around this called the prompt engineer. And the secret is how to do that, right? It's if you know how to prompt them properly, you can get the right kind of information out of the AI and then present it in a way that's helpful. That's the other thing. That is where your value comes in, is how do you coax that information out of the AI and help it be presented to your buyers in a way that is actually helpful. You want to serve your audience and help them with this information, okay? So E. Haldeman and Julius's little blue books. There's an example of some of them there. Of course, I was showing you one. Here's one of the ones here. And that's these books are this process. Like they're the simplest, most obvious implementation of this process. And he would really come up with a concise title. So he'd zero right in on one unique problem or one unique goal that he could help someone solve, okay? He would run little ads in the newspapers. So this is on, classified newspapers all around the country in the United States. And then based upon the response to those ads, he would survey those people and survey his buyers of his books. And he kept meticulous stats. So think about this. This is before computers. This is before AI. And he would keep these detailed stats about the response rates coming back from his little ads that he placed in the newspapers. And then he would look at what books sold really well, what books didn't sell well. And then he would stop talking about the things that didn't work and he would do more of the things that did, okay? And then he would do surveys where he would actually write to his buyers of his booklets and ask them questions to learn deeper and more insights. And he had to do this all by hand in typewriters back in the day. So he would just ramp up and scale up the winning booklets and stop promoting the losers and get rid of them. And it was through this process that he went on to sell 500 million of these booklets in 1919. So this is all with newspapers. There was no Facebook ads, no Google, no testing software, no email. He didn't even have a way to keep his spreadsheet to keep track of his data. He had to do it all by hand. Now, with AI and all the other tools we have at our disposal, we can take this simple strategy and apply it, and it is so much easier than anything that he ever did during his age. So we can do a quick little demo about this. Would you like to see that? Let's take a look and see how we can get started. So here with the live audience here, who wants to see a demo of how this plays out with AI? Anybody? Let me know. Give me a big yes in the chat. And note for editor, you can edit this little bit out as I engage with the live audience. Just want to see if you're all still paying attention. Give me a big yes in the chat if you'd like to do a little demo about how this works. Okay? Okay, there we go. Yeses are starting to come in. Of course, says Tiha. Okay, good. Just want to make sure everybody's still awake and paying attention. which, by the way, I'm going to be using these prompts. So these prompts that you see here on the screen are going to be provided to everyone who is a subscriber to Ingeniosity. So you will be able to download the deck that you see that I've been showing on the screen. You can download the deck. In the deck are these prompts, and you'll be able to use them to do this exercise that I am about to do now. So I'm going to exit full screen mode here. We're going to try to do that anyway. There we go. And I'm going to show you how to dig in using AI to uncover this. So our first prompt that you see here, prompt number 1, says, please act as an expert market researcher who is brilliant at finding product ideas and possible product names or title. I'm interested in specific market. So here is where you talk about the kinds of people that you might be interested in helping, okay? So we're going to copy this. We're going to go over, I'm going to use ChatGPT right now to do this. I'm going to paste this prompt in here. And then let's just say I'm interested in helping new mothers, okay? That's a market that would be fun to help, right? New mothers, it's just starting a family, have a new child. Let's try that. You can make that anything. You could make that, a new college graduate. You could make that business people. You could make that entrepreneurs. You can just fill that little blank in, whatever's like a group of people you might be interested in helping, okay? And by the way, I have training on my channel. If you're not even sure what group of people you want to help, there's training on the channel that can help you zero in on that to get even more precise about that. But here we go. Here are 10 popular topics that would be applicable for new mothers. So it's given us our 10 topics. So then let's go back over here to our set of prompt. And we're going to copy this, and we're going to now ask it if it can dig a little deeper and find more. So now it actually went out on the web, right? So now what we're asking it to do is go get some current up-to-date information of what's hot right this moment by doing some searching and research on the web. And it just went out, looked up some searches, pulled back some fresh new information, and it gave us some more. Okay? And then it lists the sources out here if you do want to click them to see what the sources for this information is. So then we're going to move on. This is a cool prompt, and what we're asking it here, we're just trying to guide the AI to start to think about this, because I know the AI is familiar with E. Haldeman Julius, which is our expert from 106 years ago. So I'm now going to come in the same chat window. You must do it all in the same chat window. I'm going to paste that prompt right there. And there you go. You can see here. He's known for making short, intriguing, and often provocative book titles. They were designed to grab attention, spark curiosity, and convey the essence of the content in a few words. So E. Haldeman Julius focused a lot on the idea of simplicity, of making sure that he was focused in his little blue books about one topic that could easily be communicated in a headline. So he could put his little ads in the newspapers, and the headline and the title of the book would convey the value, right? And so we do this by tapping into these problems that people can quickly identify with, emotionally bond with, and describe it in a very short way. So let's move on. So we got the data here we're looking for. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to say, it's funny, I found a spelling error in our prompt. Let's fix it there. And we're going to paste this one in here. And in this case, I'm actually not even going to put what we know now is that the chat knows about the topic we're talking about. So I say, please take this topic and write me 10 possible books titles using this style. There we go. Anybody here ever a young mother, and any of these seem like they might be intriguing or interesting if you someone who's a young mother just starting out a family? I love this one. What doctors don't tell new moms. I think that's a great headline. The 10 rules of new motherhood, how to thrive after childbirth, how to balance baby and life. All great things that you could help a mom with. Okay, let's go back to our prompts. Prompt number 5. We're going to copy it. We're going to paste it. And we're going to say, based on the above problems and goals and what you've discovered, please create an outline. So we're going to pick a title here. And we're going to just call our course Thriving After Motherhood. And submit. So it's now going through and outlining a course for us that we could sell to this market. And it is automatically building in the important tactics and strategies that we've covered today that made P.T. Barnum back in the day very successful. E. Haldeman Julius very successful. It's made me very successful. And now you will become very successful by implementing these prompts. Okay. That's going to give some bonus information as well of other things that you can give to your buyers to give them value. Just giving you an example of what kind of a format you should make your course in. This is a great one. It's saying to do them with video, mix it with video lessons, downloadable PDF, and guided exercise. Make sure that you give them flexible, self-paced access. Great advice. And there we go. So now what we can do is come in and ask it to outline each lesson, right? So we've outlined, in here, it has outlined our course. So let's go here and say, let's go to, so I'm going to paste my prompt, and then I want to take one of these lessons. Let's take this one. This is a pretty good one here. So I'm going to take the title of this lesson, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to ask, what I'm doing is I'm asking ChatGPT to now outline our lesson, because we've got our course. This is our course outlined. And now we need to take each lesson in the course and outline it to further flesh out and help us put the the outline together of not only what the whole course is, but each lesson by lesson, what should be contained inside that course. So we're going to submit this. There we go. So it is now writing the outline for this lesson inside our course. Step by step, explaining what should be in the course that we should be creating. Isn't that powerful? That's pretty awesome stuff. Now, you can chat back and forth and give the AI guidance. You can ask it questions and give it more instructions as you go. And then you'll have to spend the time going lesson by lesson. It'll give you a lesson. That lesson will have an outline. And then you ask it to, hey, take this outline and create an introduction, create and you go bit by bit creating your lesson. And you can copy and paste it out of ChatGPT and assemble it into a set of lessons, which then become together as a whole your entire course. And that's how you can create a powerful information product business. Now, you might know that we make tools that automate all this. So we have a whole suite of tools called Push Button AI that help take this concept and it will create a course and do it push button simple. So in a moment, I'll give you more information about that. If you're interested in not having to copy and paste back and forth, well, Push Button AI can do the whole thing for you. So this whole step, tapping into these deep-seated psychological problems and goals, simple headlines, outlining your course, creating your course, turning it into video lessons, audio lessons, setting up your website and launching your whole business. The AI can literally do it all. And we'll drop a link if you're interested in checking that out and you'd like to learn more about how you can use our push button solution to help you build your online course business. We'll drop a link down below in the description and in the comments, and I'll follow up here in just a moment with a little ad that will show more about that. But one of the things I want to ask you is that if you got value from this video, give us a thumbs up. So you'll see again down below here on YouTube, you can smash that like button. That really helps the channel. It helps YouTube understand that this video was useful. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel. You'll see the subscribe button below. But most importantly, I want to know your comments. What questions do you have about this 106-year-old business model? And what businesses would you like to start? Any ideas? Do you have any ideas for course businesses? Let me know in the comments below. Comments are really, really important. And I'll be hanging out when we publish this video. I'll be hanging out down there to answer your questions. So please put your biggest questions, your biggest commentary, concerns, whatever it might be, and I'll be down there to help you out. And with that, we're going to wrap up this video. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now. All right, audience, I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here with you. But that is our first segment recorded. Cool. Now, one thing I am going to do is I would like to record an alternate outro. So producer Nick, what channels do we want to make an alternate outro? I guess X, Facebook, anything else?
Yeah, X, Facebook. Those are the core channels.
Okay. Well, let's ask the audience. So those of you here, we're going to start posting this content to other places besides just YouTube. Those are a couple of the ones we're looking at, X and Facebook. Do you guys have any favorites for like longer form, 10 to 30-minute video trainings like this? Any channels that you would like to see this training posted to besides those? Or you could vote for those. So give me your vote. What channels do you want us to put more content on? Is it X or Twitter? Is it Facebook? I know there's other places like Instagram, but I don't know that long form content does well there.
No.
And I know TikTok expanded. They'll do how many minutes now? Up to how many minutes? I know they've made it longer, but
yeah, I'd hold off on TikTok for now. Let's just do. We'll start with X and Facebook. Okay.
Cool. Well, of course, we'll always continue posting our content here on YouTube, everybody. We're not going to stop doing that. But all right. So we'll do X, and then I am going to pull up the X interface. And we will go to my profile. And go here. All right, cool. All right. Okay, here we go. So we'll do X right now. And then everybody, we're going to answer all of your questions in just a moment. So here we go with my X outro. So if you like this video here on X, I would love it if you would love it. So you'll see down below the little heart. Give us some love. Show us some love there. Retweet this. I guess we're still calling it retweets here on X. Re-X it, whatever we're calling it. Bookmark it, and more importantly, drop into the discussion below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And any questions you have, I'll be hanging out when this is first posted. I'll be hanging out in there, trying my best to help you out. So drop in there, leave us some feedback. Let me know your questions. Of course, give us that love, retweet, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now. Okay. Now we'll do Facebook and move on to questions. Yeah, I guess everybody's still calling it retweets, right, Nick?
I think so.
So I guess forever, maybe it'll continue to be called that. Okay, cool. Let me find when you have. So still like, comment, and share. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, I left out to follow me on Twitter. So, okay, here's Facebook. All right, if you got value out of this video here on Facebook, I would love it if you'd like the video. You'll see that like button down below. It tells Facebook that this was useful content, valuable, and it will share it with others. Do me a big favor, smash that like button. And then also, make sure you drop into the comment section. I'm always hanging out after we post these videos. When the videos are fresh, I go in there and I stay engaged with the community. I want to answer your questions, hear more about your concerns, commentary, questions you might have about how to implement this or whatever. And then, of course, share this content. If you think others on your timeline would get value out of this, then share this as well. And on that note, oh, by the way, make sure you also follow me here on Facebook. We release content like this all the time. And on that note, we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Okay. Okay, I think then that's good enough for now. All right, well then on that note, what we are going to do is we're going to take a very quick commercial break. So everybody will be right back. We're going to do a quick commercial break, 2 minutes. We'll be right back with all of your questions and the next segment of training. So we do have more training coming. And we're going to get to that after all of your questions. So drop your biggest questions, commentary, or whatever in the chat, and we'll be right back to help you out with all of that. Those of you who are not yet a Push Button AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with Push Button AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top, everything you need from your domain name to your logo, to videos, to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI. And a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, Push Button AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our Push Button AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you. And hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business. And I'm back. So again, if you want to get that demo, you can go to pushbutton.ai/demo and they'll jump on screen with you on Zoom and show you how the whole thing works. Again, that's pushbutton.ai/demo. And also YouTube, it's doing its ads. So some of you might be seeing YouTube ads displaying on the screen now. Of course, you don't hear me if you're seeing ads. Everybody else will be back in just a moment. And we're going to get to your questions. So Producer Nick, are you out there? I don't know why I don't hear you. Does the audience hear Nick? Because I don't.
You hear me?
Now I hear you. Hello? Now you're muted. Now I hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see you muting and unmuting, but yeah, now you're back. Okay. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So it's time to take the audience's questions. But before we do that, I have an important question for you, Nick.
Let's hear it.
What do you call a fish with no eyes?
What?
A fish.
Good. Oh my God. That's a good one. That's strong.
That's strong. What do you rate that? So on the dad joke scale, 0 to 10, what do you give it?
I would say this crosses the 9 threshold. That's a 9
Wow.
on the dot.
Wow, that's pretty good. Hey, chat audience, what do you say? Is that worthy of a 9 on the dad joke scale? That's a all right. Enough of that. On to the questions.
All right. First one. Oh, I like this name. Jazz Life 86. Here's what he says. He says, how small are these courses?
They're small. So we can use this as a comparison. So this is actually at the end of his career, he wrote a little booklet about how he succeeded in his business. That's what this is about. It's also a little bit of a biography. So that's what this one. But this booklet is one of his bigger ones. It's actually 108 pages. Most of them are much shorter than that. But also remember, it's in this small format. It's like a little sub booklet. So what I like to do is make my courses, like the whole course, should be 50,000 words of content. I'd say 100,000 is probably too much. So it's in that range, 50 to 100,000 words is kind of like a sweet spot for these courses. And then what I do is I break my courses down into 12 lessons. So, so call it give or take 5,000 words of content in each lesson. And you could almost think of the lesson like a little booklet, right? So that's the way I break down my courses.
All right.
Next question.
Well, I found out something. So we were wrong. They did change the name of it's not retweets anymore. It's reposts. That's like the official name.
Well, I think I might protest. I think I may call it retweets forever.
Yeah. No one will care. It's insignificant. I still thought they were retweets. So, yeah. All right. Question from Craig. Can Commission Engine also create these mini courses with the topical affiliate links inserted?
It does. That's exactly what our Commission Engine product does. So some of you may not know, we have a product called Commission Engine. My strategy, the thing that I've been talking about for almost the last 2 years is to use courses to either sell them or give them away, right? So you can give a course away for free because let's face it doesn't take that much time and that much expense to build a course now. Especially if you're a customer of mine, you can build a course in a matter of under an hour. But so now we can charge money for them so we can have an inexpensive course. Again, much like this model here, it's cheap and inexpensive and we sell it, or we give it away to attract subscribers and leads so that we can promote affiliate products or sell more things to those subscribers. And that's what Commission Engine does. It will create your course, give it away, and then it loads up your course with affiliate links so that your course promotes affiliate offers and you get paid commissions every time someone buys through one of your links. So you give the course away and then you load it up with commission earning links. That's what Commission Engine does.
All right.
And by the way, anybody wants a demo of that, you can also claim that at the same place. Just go to pushbutton.ai/demo, and they can also do a demo of Commission Engine for you there. When you jump on your demo, just let them know that you want to see Commission Engine, and they'll show it to you.
Awesome. Another question. Oh, I'm at the wrong part. There we go. Another question from Craig. Good question. He says, will Commission Engine be able to create AI created YouTube video marketing content in addition to blog posts?
So Commission Engine doesn't create, I mean, it makes lesson videos, right? So Commission Engine and Push Button AI, both of them will make videos out of the lessons, right? So it'll create, like you saw me assembling that outline, it would take one of those lessons and make a unique video on that lesson. We don't currently, we may do this in the future, but we don't currently support making like sales and marketing videos from the Push Button platform. Not yet. Next question.
All right.
I got a Starbucks delivery, by the way.
Oh, nice. I'm jealous.
So thank you, Heidi.
From Matthew, he says, have ChatGPT, etc., resolved their inability to access recently current data?
Yes. So you saw in my demo that I asked it to go do research on the web, and it did that. So yes. But to make sure you get recent data, you must tell it that that's what you want it to do. Yeah, but it does do that. It's a feature they added some time back that will allow ChatGPT to do web research before it gives you an answer.
Awesome. Interesting question from DE Production. DE Production says, got a Tony Robbins ad on break. Question: have you, Bill or Nick, ever attended a Tony Robbins seminar? Other seminars? What are the most helpful to be successful / make money in business? Thanks.
Yeah, I haven't done a Tony Robbins seminar, so I can't claim to have been to those. But I do a lot. I do a lot of seminars. I think I know it was kind of a very big shift and a change for me going, this is way back in the early 2000s in some of the online seminars that were going on back then. So I went to one in Boulder, Colorado, with some of the very early internet gurus that were teaching, copywriting, like Marlon Sanders was speaking there, if anybody knows Marlon. Corey Rudell, who's no longer with us, and others that were there, Armin Morin, and then of course Yannick used to do his one in Washington D.C. So I went to those, and early on in my internet career, it really did help me understand how to launch my business. So I would sit in the audience at very much consuming information, right? I wanted to know what they were doing, how they were doing it, and it was very helpful to me by going to those events. And then as I matured as a marketer and as an entrepreneur, those events changed and became networking gold mines, right? So I began to not only just learn, and I should have done this way earlier, but I began to network with other people, whether they were people on the stage or people in the audience, connect up with other successful business owners or other business owners who were trying to do what I was doing, and kind of began to build a network of people that I can talk to and ask questions and compare campaigns. And that became very useful as well. So for me, it was always just the old school kind of internet marketing type seminars. And there's not a lot of those anymore. I know, like Russell, I think he's not doing funnel hacking anymore. Traffic and conversion is shut down. I just went to Webinar Con. That was a good one for me. Anyway, enough about events.
What? Enough. I liked that. I want to start going to events. I know Hormozy's doing those workshops in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like the newest one on the block. We should. I'd want to go to one of those. They look kind of fun.
You want to go meet Hormozy?
Yeah. All right. But Looks like, we got one from RV Andy's Getaways. And then
and I forgot to pull you up while we were doing Q&A, so there we go.
Okay. I actually, after we do RV Andy's and then anyone else that has questions, I had a question for you. You may or may not know. It's kind of like a current events thing.
Yeah.
But we'll do RV Andy first. He says, I would love to be able to pick the ClickBank offers first and let Commission Engine build from there with the problems and solutions.
Yeah, it just doesn't, for the business model, it doesn't make sense to do it that way, RV, because in order to pick the products, you kind of have to know the problems and solutions first. So in order to implement the strategies that I teach properly, you have to kind of know what niche you're going to be in and what kinds of problems and solutions that you want to offer and solve, and then Commission Engine or any of my tools can then kind of do the work from there. So, if you have any more specific feedback on like a feature request you'd like to make, definitely send it in. You can email help@pushbutton.ai with those feature requests. I can't promise you we'll build them in, but that would be another way. Like if you have a specific thing you want to ask for about that, but that's the reason it's built that way. But you can always submit a request and it will go on our list that people can vote on.
Okay, now I have my question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen headlines, but I haven't read beyond the headlines. So you're very wired into current events, and sometimes you'll tell me things I don't know. Do you know what the deal is with the Stargate project or the Stargate program?
Yeah, they're sending people through the gate. There's a team of military experts. I think they call them SG-1, maybe.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do. One of my favorite shows, by the way.
I never watched SG-1. I remember watching Atlantis with you.
Yeah.
But I don't know I only watched the spinoff.
Yeah, those who don't know, I'm a big sci-fi fan. But yeah, SG-1 and Farscape. You were really little when I used to watch Farscape. I don't know if you remember those, but
like I get bits and pieces.
Yeah, the bad guy was Scorpius, who became kind of a good guy, but he had a whole like redemption arc. But anyway, it is not sci-fi. So it's a whole thing where they're going to be using AI to do research on markers in the blood for cancer. There's like 2 steps to it. And there's a bunch of controversy, people are, the guy in charge is kind of like a globalist type person, and there's people questioning his motives and stuff. But under the core of it is they want to use AI to do that research to uncover the markers that are in the blood to detect cancer. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is then using the whole RNA, the mRNA technology to create vaccines, personalized vaccines to cure the cancer. So they detect the specific type of cancer. The AI then prepares a personalized vaccine designed to help your body attack that cancer. And that's kind of like the 2-phase thing of the Stargate program. So yeah,
really? Wow.
There's a lot of money into AI as like the backbone technology to do that. Yeah.
I never knew it was medical. What I knew was OpenAI had a press release about it. It was a Trump thing, and that it was $500 billion being invested in this thing. And also that Elon Musk and Trump were like fighting over it or something like that. They had like a disagreement about it. That's all I knew. But that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I from what I've read, I'm hopeful about it, that it could be something really, really awesome, but I'm also a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit not sure I like the way they're doing it. So we'll see.
Awesome.
So maybe I'm in the Elon camp who doesn't like it. I don't know. I need to learn more.
Fair enough. Okay. I think we're good to go. That's it. Unless anyone has any last call questions, we're all caught up.
A few people got my SG-1 reference. I think some people have no idea what the heck I was talking about, but yeah, which by the way, did you hear they're talking about coming back? I heard they're pitching a thing to have those who are an SG-1 fans, Teal'c, who is the one of the characters who's very funny. He always says, "Indeed." That's his line. He's apparently going to be the star of perhaps a sequel. They've been talking about. Who knows if it's going to come or not? But
I remember Stargate Universe. I want them to, because they left it on a cliffhanger. They should just bring it to a resolution. I don't want to. I just want to end cycle on that before starting a new project.
Yeah, I really love that. That used to be. That's a trivia about producer Nick. That used to be one of his favorite shows. Was the show called Stargate Universe. In fact, for his birthday, I bought him a prop that they used on set from that show. I don't know where it is, but I bought it for you.
Oh God, where is that?
Yeah, it's in the box.
That's a good
somewhere.
question.
Yeah. It was like an alien squid creature that they used on set. But okay, enough of that. Back to questions, and then let's wrap up on this round of questions. Don't know if we have enough time to do the next segment, so let's do a quick wrap up.
We're caught up.
Okay, awesome. So another question for you.
Let's hear it.
What do you call a group of musical whales?
What?
An orchestra.
Oh my God. ChatGPT's on a roll. Wow.
Okay.
That's let's say another 9 on the dot. I like it.
Another 9. Wow. Audience, chat, what do you guys give it? Is it worthy of a 9 on the dad joke scale of 0 to 10? I don't think I've ever gotten a 0, but I think I have gotten a 2 or a 3 before. Yeah.
I think I have given you a 2.
Okay. Some more 9s. Okay. The audience agrees. It's a good one.
We should. It would be a complete waste of time to have my VA do this, but my VA, who's coming on next week, we should make her go through like 100+ hours of live streams and then compile all of the jokes. We'll put it into a PDF of like 200 jokes.
The best of dad jokes from the show.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a very quick commercial break and we're going to come right back with more content. So segment 2 that I have planned is a 6-step product launch strategy to build $1 million businesses starting with $0. So feels like a mouthful, but that's what it's about. That will be our next segment. And with that, we'll take this quick commercial break and we'll be right back after this message. 25 years of building online businesses, I've discovered that it can be a confusing and overwhelming process. Luckily, I made it through all of that, and I've generated over $100 million in results across all of my companies over the years. But for many entrepreneurs, like you maybe, you might be facing uncertainty, overwhelm, confusion about what to do next to make profit online. Whether you're starting your first business or you might be trying to grow your existing business. And if you would like to get certainty, clarity, and your own roadmap to success, then I'm offering a special one-on-one consultation. This is a one-on-one success session. It is absolutely free. And the reason I'm offering this is because I've found that if you help people understand their roadmap and their path forward, that they'll do business with you when it makes sense. So by showing you and helping you get that clarity, get that certainty, and having your own roadmap to achieve success through online entrepreneurship, I know that if it's a right fit, that you'll do business with me in the future. So I'm willing to offer this totally free to join a member of my team and learn for yourself. And don't worry, there is no high pressure sales tactics here. This is just help to help you succeed. So instead of the high pressure sales, we're going to jump on with you one-on-one. We'll have an interview session to learn a little bit more about you and put together a specific program. We'll do a follow-up call and you'll be able to join one of my experts and they're going to help you achieve the clarity that you desire so that you know what to do so you can make the maximum amount of profits fast for your unique situation. In this session, you're going to uncover exactly what business and marketing strategies are going to unlock the profits that you're looking for. You're going to uncover the best lead generation strategies for existing business owners. So if you've got a business that you want to expand, we're going to cover how to do that. If you're a new business owner, we're going to cover how to start your first successful business. We're going to help you deal with any overwhelm, confusion, or uncertainty on what to do next, which I find for new entrepreneurs is vital. Then we're going to help you figure out what might have gone wrong in the past, because chances are you've probably tried a few things and you might be frustrated with what happened. So we're going to cover what went wrong from past marketing efforts so that you don't make those mistakes again. Then you're going to discover unique methods of affiliate marketing that are not possible anywhere else. Finally, we're going to uncover any issues you might be having with mindset and the way you're approaching and thinking about your business so that you can learn what is the optimum way to get productivity, to stay motivated, to not go into procrastination, and actually get things done in your business. And then, if our push-button business building tools are the right solution for you, we will do a personalized live demo for you, and we'll show you how our tools can help you. And if it's a good fit, awesome, we can do some business together. And if not, you come away from the session with some value, knowing exactly what you need to do next. And that helps me achieve my mission in life, which is to help as many entrepreneurs like you as possible. Claim your absolutely free success session by going to the link that you see on the screen below and find exactly how we can help you. And whether or not you choose to do business with me now or sometime in the future, or maybe we don't do business at all, I am happy to be able to help you in your journey as an entrepreneur. I look forward to hearing all about your session. We'll see you next time. And I'm back. So we got our ad break going. So some people are seeing ads. They're seeing Tony Robbins or whoever else they're seeing on the ads out there. So they'll all be back in just a minute. But yeah.
That Tony Robbins thing is kind of a signal. I think we've been talking about this for like a year, and I haven't baked it into the content calendar, but we should do like Tony Robbins, like mindset type content. I mean,
I got to get out the coals and
yeah. Well, we have those kind of conversations behind the scenes, and I find them very helpful. And all my friends are always asking if they can chat with you and get advice. So I feel like that these are all positive signals to make that kind of content and ship it to YouTube soon. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, well, I think, it's tough. The tactical things like use this strategy to make money, right? That formula is always what gets the views on YouTube. But the ironic thing about it, I suppose, is that it's the other kinds of content that people don't watch, which are mindset, success, kind of personal development sort of content. That's where the real success lies. I could teach everyone here 100 different money-making strategies, and it's really the approach that each person takes to executing them and what they do, how they think about it, how they approach their business is really where the success is. So it's a frustrating thing for me. I wish that all I did was talk about mindset and success videos, right? But we need to find that formula. So how do we get those videos to actually get enough traction that people watch them on YouTube? So audience, what's your vote? Do you want more success content, more mindset style? Like, because if I were, full transparency, that is really where my success, I believe, has come from. This is more about the way I've approached entrepreneurship and the lessons I've learned along the way. Some of them very expensive and very painful, right? But now, from my perspective, I can look back and see all the different things I should have done differently. And those are the kind of lessons I would love to pass on and share that I think would help people be a lot more successful than necessarily like, hey, here's an interesting traffic strategy, or, here's a way to sell an ebook, or, So audience, you can let me know whether, you think that's a horrible idea, I should stick with what I'm doing, or if you'd like more of that kind of content. But it is kind of sad, and that is the content that really does open the door to building a thriving, empire, or building a business or a side hustle or whatever you want to call it. So anyway,
Okay. So we have a question.
Yeah.
A good question from Vlad. Here's what Vlad says. I have a community already. I like to provide short, high-impact presentations and solutions that are very specific to my community's needs. Can this help me? Where do I start?
Yeah, so on the channel, there's all kinds of training that'll help you with that. So definitely make sure that if you're not already, you must be a subscriber if you're in the chat. So thanks for subscribing. But yeah, the channel is loaded with content to help you with that. But I would recommend, as far as like my tools that I have, that you book one of those success sessions. So the one that you just heard, the little ad that just ran. Nick, I think you put the link out there, right? Can you pop it again? Yeah. I would recommend you jump in that. Because while our tools don't do exactly, what you're thinking about, but there's a strategy that I would highly recommend. If you have a community and you have an audience, you should have a course that if you're not selling it, you can give it away to help make sure that you expand your community. You can give them additional value by using our tools to create a course, and it'll create a 12-lesson course. You can have video lessons for each one of those. And you can give it to your community as just a gesture of goodwill to help you build an email list and help, provide good value and goodwill with your community. And I would, if you're not doing that already, I would highly recommend it. And I see so many people that have an audience, they're an influencer of one type or another, and they haven't built an email list. And then one day the YouTube algorithm changes, or TikTok suspends their account, or whatever the platform is, and then they're just out. Their business is done. But when you offer a valuable giveaway and build a list, then you actually have something to fall back on, in those times. And having a list is also useful. You can use your list to help promote your online community as well. So anyway, I would recommend you book a success session. It's free. There's no strings attached, and they can talk strategy and tactics with you and see if our tools can help you with your business. So yeah, that's my recommendation, is book one of those sessions.
Cool. All right. And some feedback on the content stuff we brought up. I'll rapid fire them.
Yeah.
So Regina says, I don't mind the mindset stuff, but I really enjoy the how-to stuff. Learn so much from these videos each week.
Good feedback. Thank you.
Elizabeth, what Elizabeth says, she says, I would love to hear that as well.
Okay.
And actually, well, I'll finish the rapid fire. Then we have a good question from Matthew. But Debbie says, mindset is good to do. Tracy says, mindset is good, but how to do training. But she wants how to do training too. Okay. And then my deck.
So it sounds like definitely don't abandon the how-to stuff. So that definitely looks like we got to stick with that. Yeah.
Keep doing that, but maybe throw some mindset onto the pile. But last one from my duck. My duck says, Bill, please pursue more of the mindset for success style content. You've been there and done that. Save us from the pitfalls. Please go for it.
Cool. Well, I think the challenge then, Nick, it goes to you, right? So the challenge becomes, how do we package that content in a way that still gets a lot of views? Because the how-to content is clearly getting the most views currently with our channel. But maybe you can take a look at some successful personal development or success channels and take a look at the outliers videos that they have. Look for some clues. And because that's what we're looking for, is how do we make a video that gets a high click-through rate, a high retention, but is on the personal development sort of side of content.
Yeah. And then all right, got a question from RV Andes. He says, not seeing a course, just lessons. Am I missing something on my commission engine?
Well, your course is your lessons, right? So the course is composed of 12 lessons. As a whole, it's a course, right? That's so that whole package of 12 lessons, that is the course. Yeah.
All right. And from Regina, she says, I think you should continue the how-to and pepper in the mindset with it, which is precisely what I'm going to experiment with. And then My Duck has a follow-up, but don't stop the how-to content.
Okay.
Which, we're also going to
Message
do.
clearly received. Yeah.
So do you think...
well, but that's funny because that response kind of also shows in the viewing patterns in YouTube, that the audience really likes the how-to stuff. But let's see. So the challenge is yours, Nick. So it's all on your shoulders. Can you package a thumbnail, a hook in a way that we can get the audience to view? So do you accept your challenge?
I do.
Okay. So audience, you get to see. So we're going to come back in a week or 2 or 3. We'll do a mindset video, and it's a challenge. We'll see if Nick can pull it off. Yeah.
And you mentioned...
I'm just the on-set talent. I just read the teleprompter. So
yeah,
you're the mastermind.
Yeah, Bill just shows up every Wednesday, and I say, read this. And then he does it, and I take care of the rest.
Yeah. So I have a little more to do with the things in that. Yeah. All right. So I think that's it, right? So we're good.
Yeah. So you still want to do, because you mentioned before the show you were concerned you didn't have enough time to do 2. So you change your mind. You're going to do the second one.
Here, let me take a look at the second segment.
It should be shorter.
What? Yeah, let's just do it. We'll just do the second segment. I told everybody we were going to do it. So okay. So we'll hang around. We're going to do the second segment right now. So let me get my teleprompter on.
Before you start, we're caught up on the questions, but there's a comment from Regina I want to share, and then we'll get going. She says, honestly, I don't know anyone else that teaches how-to content like you do, Bill. Oh,
thanks. Well, and it's funny. It's important to me that I'm passing value on. Like it's more than a business to me. I know there are a lot of people that have YouTube channels, and it's just to promote a business. But I love doing this stuff, so I'm glad it's giving you value. That means a lot to me.
And I hate to interrupt you one more time before you start, but I have to address something real quick with Azabee Infinite Karma. He says, hey, Nick, I've never received access to your ClickUp from the last 2 sessions. So I wrote up a page, and I'm going to drop it in the chat. You'll be able to see the link to get to the ClickUp if you're a subscriber to Ingeniosity. So let me drop that right now. So just click that link, scroll all the way to the bottom, and there's a button. Hit the button, and it will take you to, it's called the Library of Ingeniosity. It's just a little document that has links to all the decks. And it's arranged that the latest training is at the top. You might, depending on what you're looking for, you might have to scroll down a little bit, but they should all be there.
Cool. Thanks.
I hope that helps. Yeah.
And just a reminder for everybody that there's a whole library of our past slide decks and case studies and prompts and all. It's a whole library of stuff that Nick keeps. It's inside of a tool called ClickUp. So you have to go log into ClickUp to get access to the library, but it's one of the bonuses that we give all of the Ingeniosity subscribers. So and it's free. There's no charge. So if you'd like to subscribe to Ingeniosity to get access to all of that, then Nick, you can pop that link in there, but it's pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So if you could share that. So anybody who doesn't have Ingeniosity, it's free. Just go sign up, and there you go. You'll get that library that Nick is talking about. All right. So before we do the segment, I have a question for you. It's very important.
Let's hear it.
Did you hear the rumor about butter?
What?
Well, I'm not going to spread
it. That's another strong one. It doesn't it doesn't cross the 9 threshold for me, but we'll say it's like an okay 8, like an 8.6.
An 8, okay.
A strong-ish 8.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if they upgraded the humor training, but today does seem really good.
You should use O1 Pro to get the jokes. It's like using a supercomputer.
My $200 jokes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, with that, I got the teleprompter going, and we're going to do our next segment. Oops. Although I think, what did I just do? Sorry, everybody. I pushed the wrong button and shut the teleprompter off. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This is segment 2. This is how to start $1 million business with zero upfront investment. So we're going to be covering that next, and we'll do an abbreviated round. So it'll be a quick lightning round of Q&A on the next segment because we are running a bit long. Final little plug I want to do before starting the training is that if you would like to join us on tomorrow's private webinar, the link is linked in the chat. So you'll see it's pinned in the chat. Should be kind of like at the top of the chat, the live chat for the show. That link will get you an invite into that live. It's a live webinar we're doing tomorrow. It's tomorrow evening. And I'm bringing Aiden Booth on to share his really amazing AI automation tools to help build physical product businesses. So it uses AI in a way that you've never seen before to build a whole business, ship physical products that you don't ever have to touch. So somebody else does all the fulfillment for you. It also gets your traffic. So this whole system it's just mind blowing. So I'm bringing him out. He hasn't really been showing off the tools. So I'm going to have him log in on screen and show everybody how it works. So that is tomorrow. And again, that link is pinned. You'll see it in the at the top of the chat. So you can go register for that. Again, it's invite only. So you got to click that and register in order to attend. And I look forward to seeing you there. So with that plug out of the way, I am going to do our training.
All right. And I'm going to take I'll be right back in 5 minutes. So if you're calling me and I'm not here for whatever reason, that's why.
Okay. I'm going to remove you out so I can, well, you were still trying to talk, but
I was just saying, be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Okay, good. Okay. Here we go. So, reminder, if you're new to the show, I'm recording this, so you'll hear me do retakes, make notes to my editors. I am live. I haven't gone crazy. And as soon as I finish recording the training segment, we'll kick it back to the chat and do all your comments and questions and all of that, okay? So I won't be stopping while recording this next little bit of training, but we will come back to you once the training is done. Here we go. Are you tired of trying to launch a profitable online business only to get stuck in frustration? Well, I've cracked the code, and we have a simple 6-step strategy that I'd like to share with you that will solve this once and for all. Now, the best part, it doesn't require a fortune to get started. In fact, you can start with $0 and you can make a lot of money and get filthy rich fast. Now, I've driven over $100 million in here. My teleprompter just died. Okay, note for editor, we'll clean it up here. Now, I myself have driven over $100 million in sales over the years, deploying strategies just like the one that I'm about to show you. So I'm going to break down each of the steps. I will show you exactly what to do and how to do it. Now, the best thing about all of this, it just doesn't cost a lot of money to do, and you can start profiting fast. So when you follow this proven roadmap correctly, it can make you rich. And one more thing before we get started. You're going to want to stick around all the way to the end because I've got a special bonus. And when you watch the video all the way, I'll reveal a special copy and paste set of AI prompts. You can copy and paste into ChatGPT, and you can make this whole thing that I'm about to show you 10 times easier. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Okay, there's my hook. How was that, audience? Producer Nick is not here, so I'll ask you, did that come out okay? Hopefully it did. And then now we're going to go on to the training part. No, that's not what I'm trying to share. Let's see here. There we go. That's what I'm trying to share. Okay, awesome. And for those of you who missed, Beast's leaked internal manual to grow our YouTube channel. That is actually coming. I think it actually might drop on Friday. Producer Nick would know for sure, but I know it's coming soon. So that our special YouTube training on how to blow up a YouTube channel and how to get traffic on YouTube, that's going to be dropped soon, maybe as early as Friday. So keep an eye out for that. All right. Here we go. Okay, so you see here a slide deck over there, and that deck is available. It's free, and you can download it. So if you'd like to download the companion deck that you see on the screen there, it's loaded with all of my training, some resources, links, and examples. You can get all of that and some AI prompts by downloading it. It's totally free. I'll drop a link down below in the description and in the comments so that you can go and get that. So you do have to opt in and subscribe to our Ingeniosity newsletter. So there is a little catch, but that's free. It's absolutely free. And we release awesome content to you every Friday, along with all of these slide decks that you can download and learn a lot from to build a big, profitable business. So let's get into it. So again, this is a 6-step product launch strategy. It's a mouthful. And I've used it to build $1 million businesses, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. In fact, you could do it for $0. So let's go into the strategy. I'll walk through step by step, and then, we'll do that. So the step one of this strategy is to find a market, meaning like a lot of people call this your niche or your niche, depending on where you're at in the world. You need to find one where the people in it, they have a lot of problems. So there's two things that we need. So there's two important things that you must have to make this work. One, lots of problems, meaning they're actively trying to solve things and achieve things and make things happen, right? That could be something like maybe the niche I'm in, right? The entrepreneur niche. Everyone's trying to solve how do they start a business and how do they get profit, right? And there's a lot of problems that come with that about how do you accomplish all of those really important goals. So find a market like that. And lots of them have it. Even gardening, for example, has that, right? So there are lots of problems that comes in when you try to do gardening, especially if you're a beginner or early on. And then the nature of the problems change as the more advanced you get. But every hobby has a unique set of problems. And there are lots and lots of different niches that have them. But it's important to go into a niche that does have these important problems. And the more important and the more emotional these problems are, the better it is. The other component that your market absolutely must have in order to make this strategy work is that it must have influencers. And influencers, you probably know them. They're all the ones that are on, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, X, YouTube, Facebook. Maybe they've got people that have a blog that gets lots of traffic. So there are lots of influencers that are not necessarily a face like mine on YouTube, might have a blog that gets a lot of traffic. Or maybe there's someone who has a large email list. There's all different shapes and sizes and types of influencers, but the market that you choose absolutely must have them. Okay, you cannot make this work without it. So you can do some research to go see, does the market have a lot of influencers that have large audiences? And if you don't have that, you need to adjust and adapt, maybe tweak the market and who you're going to be targeting a little bit until you can find that sweet spot where there's lots of influencers and lots of problems. We'll go back to the screen share. Now, I like this because it makes it simple too, right? A lot of people overthink, overanalyze. They dig into keywords and all kinds of nonsense trying to pick a niche market. This makes it so much simpler. You just need those two things and nothing else. And that makes it a good niche market. So a lot of problems, a lot of influencers. And there's a lot. Here's a couple. Let me go through a few on this list. And when you download the deck, you'll get the whole list that is on here. But parenting is an example of one, college preparation, pregnancy and infant care, handmade jewelry making, men's fashion, believe it or not, has problems, women's fashion, thrift shopping, skincare, e-commerce, freelancing, female entrepreneurship, and there's a bunch more, okay? So you can look at the full list when you download the deck. But these are just examples. Backpacking is another one. Pottery is another one, and more. Now, step 2 is to clearly identify the problems that market faces. And we can do this a few different ways. Some of my other training, I have taught on my YouTube channel how to use AI tools like ChatGPT to uncover the deep problems that your market might have. But another place that you can look is a place called Answer the Public, if you've never seen that. Let's take a look at that real quick. So with Answer the Public, you can find out what people are asking about in your niche. So let's say, for example, here, let's pick out of our presentation, I'm going to pick one of these markets. Let's talk about negotiation. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come over here to Answer the Public, and I'm just going to paste that keyword in. Now you can be, in fact, let's spell it properly. And you could be a little more sophisticated than this, but I'm just going to put that one word keyword in here and hit search. And then what it's going to do is it's going to go out and it's going to find all of the questions that people are asking online, whether it's in forums, question and answer sites, whether they're doing it through the search engine directly. And it's going to give you can see here, all of these different questions they are asking, okay? And so it's trying to get me to sign up for a free account. So you can do this for free. There's a limited number of free searches before I think they make you register and then upgrade, but you can get started with this for free. And there are other places you can do searches too. Answer the Public is just a great one. Quora is another one, Quora.com. But this helps you uncover what those big problems are in your niche market. Okay, and again, you can ask your AI tools like ChatGPT and Claude for help on this. Please see my other training on my YouTube channel that'll teach you how to do that. But it's important that you go in and you really get a good comprehensive list of what are all of the possible problems that they might have in your market. Okay, now step 3, we're going to build what's called an info product. And this is short for information. And there are a lot of different styles and types of information products. The simplest, which I'm advising you here, is to do a course. And what we do is we create a course that helps people solve the problems that you found, right? It helps them solve the problems that you found in your research. You solve them in the course. And there's a lot of ways to make the course. And in fact, I have a whole suite of AI tools that can make the course for you. And more on that later, but you can just have our AI tools just make the whole entire course for you. But you do want to make one. You do want to make it, whether you're using AI and tools like ChatGPT or you work with me and use my tools, you need to make a course that you can offer, okay? So at this point, you're going to know your market, you're going to know the problems associated with that market, and you're going to start to put together a course, okay? Again, you can see my training about it. Also, I've got a link here in the slide deck that will, if you want to get a demo and take a look at some of the products that I have that can help you with that, but you will need to make a course. Step 4, you need to find influencers in your market. Now, think about it this way. Influencers out there, lots of them do what they do to get sponsor money. So sponsors of all kinds will pay influencers to run ads on their channels. I'm sure you've seen examples of people, whether it's in short form video content or long form content, and they'll have a segment and it's sponsored by a product or service, right? Or sometimes you might see an influencer do an entire video just reviewing a product or promoting a product. That's how they make money. And so what you want to do is you have your course that you have created. you want to charge a little bit of money for it, not a lot. You want a small price so it's easy to sell. Then what we're going to do is we're going to approach the influencer. So let's say we found, I don't know, and let's say we made a mini course on negotiating, right? So we have that mini course. Let's say we're charging $19 for having access to that course. What we're going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube, I'm going to go to X, I'm going to go to all the different places and find the influencers there. I'm going to message them, and you just direct message them. Just follow them on X and send them a message. Go to their website and look for their contact information. Send them an email. You just contact them through whatever means you can, direct message through social, email. If you're comfortable jumping on the phone, you can often find their phone number right listed on their website. And you just call them up and message them and do all those things. And you say, hey, I have a sponsorship I'd like to talk to you about. And what you're propositioning them to do is to promote this course. In fact, you can even do a co-branded course just for their audience if they're a big enough influencer, and you're going to give them all the money, 100% commission. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth would you do that? Like if your goal is to make profit, why on earth would you want to give away this course and give all the money to the influencer? So the influencer then goes on their channel, whether it's on YouTube or goes on X or Facebook or to their email list or on their blog, wherever they're going to go. They're going to then promote your course, and you're just going to give them literally every single dollar. Why we do this is that's exciting. That could be incredibly profitable for the influencer. This makes you cut through the noise. So you're not just pitching them like, hey, I'll give you 20% of the sales, right? They're pitched with deals like that all the time. So when you come in and you go, I'm going to give you everything. I'll just promote the course. I'll just give you all the money. You now stand out, and it's exciting and profitable for them. And they're going to allow you to now tap into their audience. They're going to send you lots of traffic, and it doesn't cost you a dime. It's free traffic they're going to send you. You only pay the influencer a commission for the sales that they make for you. But you might be wondering, okay, that nets me zero. I make nothing. They send me sales. I got to send them all the money, and I don't make anything. Don't worry. It's all going to come together because you're going to make a lot of money with this. I know this firsthand, okay? We'll go back to the presentation. So now we found our influencers. We've convinced one of them to do a promotion. They're going to make videos and send emails and do all the things and promote the free course, okay? But whose customers are they? Who's got their email addresses and probably their phone numbers and other information you've collected when they need to buy the course from you? You do. You keep the customers. There is nothing more valuable than an engaged customer list of people that have already reached into their wallets and in their purses, gotten out their credit card, and given you money. And you now have a list, and they're going through your course. They get to hear from you in your course on your website. Of course, if you use my system, my push-button AI system builds all of this for you. It builds your site, builds your course, sets it all up, so that it makes it really easy and very inexpensive to launch a new course and give it away for 100% commission like this. And now you get the customers. They're on your list. You can send them emails to promote anything you want. Maybe you want to promote an affiliate offer, or that's where you promote someone else's product and you get paid a commission. So you pay out commission first, and then you make your own commission second, promoting other people's affiliate offers. You become an influencer now. You're capturing all these different influencers' audience on your list and making you an influencer. So now you can promote anything you want. And in this case, you'll see on the presentation here, you can launch your own next offer. You can create another course, another training manual, some coaching, any kind of additional similar offer. You could have a part 1 and part 2, 2 different courses where you sell them part 1 and then you sell them part 2, and you keep all of the money on the next product you sell. Does this make sense? So now you are transforming yourself into an influencer yourself by tapping into other influencers' audiences. You're rewarding influencers all over the web to promote you by giving them 100% commission, and you yourself are getting established as an influencer at the same time. And you've got them on your list, and you can keep selling them more and more and more things. That's been the secret to my success. When I capture a customer for the first time, I can sell them more products. And I have people on my mailing list, on my email mailing list, that have been on that list for over 10 years. And I send emails almost every day. Most of them are selling something. So I've been able to monetize those subscribers for over a decade. So now you have this massive, valuable subscriber list. You just keep sending emails and you sell them more stuff. And now you keep all of that. They're your subscribers. It's all your money from this point forward. Make sense? By the way, drop down into the comments and let me know what you think of this method. Okay? Do you have any thoughts about this method so far? Any questions? Any concerns? Any feedback at all? Drop a comment on this video and let me know how that's going. And I'm going to drop in there and be answering and paying attention to that. So make sure you comment down below. So that is the 6 steps in a quick nutshell. So that's the 6 steps of how you do it. And we have a bonus for those of you who hung around through to the end of this video training. And we have some copy and paste AI prompts that you can go run over and help you. And what this is about, it's going to help you pick your niche market. Okay. And if you're a follower of the channel here on YouTube, you know I've put out training before covering this concept called ikigai. Sounds funny, but it's a 2,000-year-old philosophy from Japan. And it's all about basically how do you find your way in life as a career, as a business, as how do you make money? And it is incredibly valuable. And I have a set of prompts that will help you establish what the right niche is using this ikigai philosophy. And basically, I'm going to sum it up for you in a nutshell. It's number 1, what are you good at? Number 2, what do you enjoy doing? Number 3, what does the world need from you? And number 4, what can you get paid to do? And it's by digging in and doing the research on these things, you can uncover your perfect niche market. And you might be surprised at what comes out of doing this little exercise. So there's a step-by-step exercise that you can do, and you can do it with AI. And I have dropped the prompts in here that you can use to do your market research. And again, when you download the deck that you see, let's see, there it is over there. Again, you can click the link in the description and in the comments below. It'll take you to where you can sign up to the newsletter and get this deck for free. You just copy and paste these in, and it will help you pick your niche market. Because believe it or not, there is a perfect niche for you. And I know a lot of people get very stuck on trying to decide what audience should I go after? What type of influencer, what type of customer, what should my course be about? And when you go through this exercise, use the prompts that are in this deck, and you'll uncover what that is. And you're going to find a niche market that it has all the problems that needs to be had, has all the influencers that it needs, and it fits you personally. Because I can give you advice. I could say, oh, you should go in the negotiation niche, or you should go into the pottery niche, or you should go into the jewelry making niche. But that's my opinion. What's the right niche for you is uniquely your experience, and you'll get it by going through these prompts. So download the prompts, get the deck, and find your perfect niche market. And by the way, do you have any questions about how to find the right niche market? Drop them down below. Let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll make another video diving in a little deeper about how to pick the perfect niche market for this strategy. And with that, we're going to be wrapping up this video. I hope you got a lot of value from it. So wherever you're seeing this at, drop in a comment, give us a like, subscribe, follow me, do all that stuff. I'll put links to my socials around this video down below. And with that, we're going to be heading out of here. I hope you got a lot of value from this. I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now. Okay, audience, I'm still here. And now we're going to do Q&A. Producer Nick, are you back?
I am.
All right, cool. I'm particularly interested in any questions about this strategy because it can be a little tricky to get your head wrapped around this method. So I'd like to know how I did today, everybody. Does anybody have anything about this that was confusing? You need a little bit of guidance or clarification, please drop those questions in below. I've had a hard time sometimes getting this this particular lesson across in some of my webinars and other trainings I've done. So, but before we do that, I have a question for you, Nick.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's another very important one. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to spoil it. Here we go. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
How?
You follow the Fresh Prince.
Wow. What? Wow. When did it get so good at this?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It definitely has had a humor upgrade. So, yeah. Sorry, I normally don't laugh at the jokes before I read them, but I don't know. So, what do you rank that one?
That was my favorite. Let's. I'm not gonna give it a 10. Have I ever given a 10?
No, you've never given a 10. Yeah.
9.5.
Wow. I think like today is my best, my highest ever. I've set a personal record, so I've got a PR today. We should start averaging out my scores show to show. Today will probably be my
order of business for my new VA. We're gonna do a joke audit. You're gonna build a spreadsheet, every single joke with the rankings, and it's gonna be a table with 10 attributes, and we're gonna do a crazy meta-analysis.
Yeah. Well, chat likes that one too. So yeah, I think it's unanimous. I think this was the best show ever, according to the dad joke score. Okay, let's get on to the questions.
All right. I don't see any questions. Here's one. Not about commission chain reaction, but it's about Aiden. He says, Aiden, is that Vulcan?
Yes. It's funny. He calls it Vulcan. He calls it Omega. But yes, that is that. It's a big product launch that's going on right now. Yeah.
Cool. And here's something from my duck. Says, I love the idea of a detailed presentation about finding your niche. It's a real hang up for me. I still haven't zeroed mine in.
Yeah, I know we do have a deep dive on the Ikigai, right? We do have that on the channel, I think. But we can always revisit that. Yeah.
We really need to redo that one.
Okay.
With new packaging and
yeah, let's do that. Let's come back and
camera
redo
settings
that.
weren't dialed in. The thumbnail sucks. And there's new data we can add.
Okay.
Let's redo it.
Well, we'll come back and do a new perfected version of our niche training. So yeah.
Actually, instead of just saying that, let me put that in the Google Doc.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, we sometimes talk about these on the show and then forget about them. So
yeah. Let's see. There we go. Okay, it's in the doc.
So let me know, guys, if you have any questions about this strategy or anything about it is confusing or doesn't make sense. I would love to get that feedback. I'm always trying to perfect this particular business concept. So get those in, and while we're waiting for your questions. So Nick, I got a new bag of opals.
Oh yeah, you were at Quartzsite.
Yeah. So I was gone over the last weekend. I took the pilgrimage to Quartzsite, Arizona. I do it every year. Usually producer Nick comes with me. It's usually my dad and him. All three of us go out there. It's a tradition I've had with my dad for a lot of years. But got the goodies. Yeah. This
nice.
Looks like actually I see it on camera. It almost looks like I scored something from like Breaking Bad or something. But
yeah. Walter White has a booth at Quartzsite.
Yeah, I went out and met Walter White and I scored, right? But yeah, these are opals from Nevada, which are very rare. So opal normally, the most famous place it comes from is Australia. Nick and I actually have been to Virgin Valley, Nevada, and mined opal in the dirt out there. That's where these come from. So they're all Virgin Valley opals. So it's a very unusual and rare type of opal. So I scored that. Got some fire agate.
But you got to put. Do you have a crazy collection of minerals and spheres you made and stuff like that? We should populate your. Put them in your shelf. Put some of them up. Put some of them up there.
Yeah, I should. Yeah. Still, one day I need to be sitting out in the workshop cutting gemstones while we do our show. Is that so? And then probably nobody can guess what that is, but
is that dinosaur bone?
Close.
What is that?
So this is it's a 65 million year old chunk of palm tree. So you can see
it looks like red horn coral, kind of.
Yeah, you see the pattern in there. Those are all the fibers running through. The fibers in the palm tree when it petrified. So that's what that is. So I'm going to make a piece of jewelry out of that. So 65 million year old palm tree. Anyway, enough with that. Let's go back to the questions. I was just killing time while we give everybody a chance to ask the questions. Okay,
this is from I apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name. From Rizal Rahim. He says, should I abandon my favorite niche if it's not trending or evergreen?
Well, if you feel comfortable sharing, what is your niche? I can give you more specific advice. But it doesn't necessarily have to be trending. But the way you phrase that, it's not trending and it's also not evergreen both, and that's a little concerning. But if you're comfortable sharing, let us know what your niche is, and I can give you more tailored advice.
You had a rule of thumb for how much ad spend you spend on a product before abandoning the campaign, wasn't it? Like, if it's $100 product, you test $100 in ad spend, and if you still don't have a sale, you move on.
Yeah, well, I don't really
like that.
Kind of. Yeah. So let's say I'm selling a $50 product. I'm generally willing to spend. I have a high tolerance for losing money. Yes, I have a high tolerance for risk and losing money when I can gather data. And I'm all about gathering data. So if I have a product that's $50, I'd probably be willing to spend $100 to $150 trying to get a sale. If I didn't make a sale, I would examine first before quitting and throwing it out. I would examine and look, did I target the right audience? Is there something that I could improve about my landing page? And then I would probably do that 2 or maybe 3 times before I then would go, okay, well, now if I've done that 2 or 3 times, I've spent somewhere between $200 and what is, 150 times 3, $450. And then if I've spent $450 and I haven't made a single sale after 3 rounds of trying to improve my targeting, trying to improve, my landing page, then I might be willing to move on. Yeah. But I don't just do 1 round of that because so many things could be off, you have to kind of examine your results. If you notice you're not getting any clicks, so if you've spent $100, you've gotten 2 clicks. Well, the problem isn't your niche and it isn't your thing, it's your ad, right? You need to get your click-through rate up. So then I would do another round, improve my click-through rate. But if I'm not getting enough clicks to my landing page, I would fix that first before making a decision about the niche. You know what I mean? Okay, let's keep going.
All right. A comment from Tiha. She says, that's cool, Bill. My first degree was metalsmithing for jewelry making.
Oh, wow.
Well,
wow.
Cool.
Huh.
And Rizal had a follow-up. He's telling us his niche, and I've never heard of this before. It's 3D anaglyph niche. What is that? Anaglyph.
Yeah, what is an anaglyph?
I'm looking that up.
We're all going to learn something today. So today is today's word of the day is anaglyph, which means what?
So I got it for you. A stereoscopic photograph with the 2 images superimposed and printed in different colors, producing a stereo effect when the photograph is viewed through correspondingly different colored filters. And then second definition is an object such as a cameo, embossed, or carved in low relief.
Yeah, so I would say, oh, go
That is
ahead.
cool. Look at if you want to pull up Google Images, that's interesting. It's trippy.
Do you want to share it on your side? I don't.
Here. Oh, yeah. Let's do that. Share screen.
But yeah, I'll give some specific advice. I want to see it too, so help give me the mass to go with the words, right? Let's see what is it actually. Oh, there we go.
What did he say? It was 3D anaglyph.
Oh, okay.
That is interesting. Cool.
Okay, that's cool. So, yeah, I would say here's a couple bits of feedback. So it's a super specific niche, right? Which can work if you have a really specific niche and a lot of high ticket things you can sell them. That can work. But if you have a really specific niche and you don't have like high ticket stuff that you can sell to that niche, it isn't going to work as a business, right? Might be fun to be an influencer over it because it's your hobby, which is okay too. Make a little bit of side money. But if it doesn't have those, if it's a little highly specific niche in a smaller market of people, then you must have high ticket products or it's impossible to make it work. But here would be my advice, not been, first of all, I want to learn a lot more about it, learn a lot more about you to give you really good advice. But my generic advice would be to broaden out a little bit, right? Was it 3D printed anaglyphs was what he said?
Yeah.
Actually,
sorry, no. I don't know. I shouldn't have said that. He didn't say it was 3D printed. He just said it's 3D anaglyph niche.
Okay, got it. So I would examine, I thought for a moment, I thought 3D printed. So I was going to suggest you broaden out into the 3D printed, but if that doesn't fit you, I would examine and how could you broaden out a little bit? What are related similar topics that the same type of people would be interested in? And I would try to expand out a little bit so that you encompass the tight little niche that you're in, but broaden it out some to have some able to talk about other things besides that. So for you and your specific niche, I'm having a little bit of trouble to give you guidance on that, but that would be my advice, is to try to broaden out. You don't have to necessarily completely change your niche, but how do you broaden it so that you cover more topics and a bigger audience? So there you have it. Oh, I'm not hearing you, Nick. Are you muted? Uh-oh. Nope, still don't hear you.
Testing.
There you go.
Okay, so you can't see it from this angle, but my microphone here, when I talk, see the green?
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it turns red, and I have to check the user manual or something, because I don't know what that means, but when it turns red, it mutes me.
Well, oddly, you sound more echoey, so I don't even know if it's running through that mic.
Let's see. Let's try it.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's running through your laptop mic.
Try now. Whoa.
There we go. Now it's running through there.
Okay. I got a trouble later. Anyway.
Yeah, let's keep going.
From Craig. Good question from Craig. He says, would it work to give away 100% to an influencer for a course with my affiliate links embedded so I still make money with the commissions?
Brilliant idea. Yeah, you're right. You're tracking right along. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, we call that, in fact, in our training, I have a training called Commission Chain Reaction. So if you're a Push Button AI customer, you have access to that in your members area. That's exactly what I teach you how to do there. And that's exactly what Commission Engine, the product Commission Engine, does that. That's exactly what it does. So, and then, so there you go. Yeah.
Awesome. And RV Andes, he says, do you send them to the homepage for this or the course?
Will you send them to the landing page that sells that course? So whatever page that is.
Cool. And this is from Matthew. He says, what are the perks and other advantages that come with joining as a paid subscriber to this channel?
So on the YouTube subscriber option, I think all the details of what you get there's some prompts and additional stuff you get by being a channel member. But it's not necessary. You know, a free subscriber is fine. We appreciate the support. It helps the channel, helps us have resources to run the channel. But yeah, the benefits I think are all listed on the YouTube page there if you become a paid member. Yeah.
All right. From My Duck, he says, great question, Craig. I've wondered the same. It's good to have data to know whether people respond well with affiliate links and free reports. Do we have market research or personal empirical data to share, Bill?
I don't have any market research or like specific stats I can share with you at the moment. I can just tell you my experience, and I can tell you there's a guy, I think I can reveal this. Anybody here ever heard of the rich jerk? If you've been around internet marketing, if you're an old timer like me, you'll know that name. Anybody here remember the rich jerk? Say rich jerk in the chat if you remember him. But yeah, who remembers the rich jerk? We'll see if anybody does. He had a very obnoxious persona. And I'm not going to reveal who it is. I think he's since publicly come out and admitted who he is. But the rich jerk had a very obnoxious persona. And I think like his tagline was, "I'm rich, so I'm better than you," or something like that. Okay, nobody seems to remember that. So that's how I know I'm an old timer. Anyway, so he hasn't been around anymore. I think he sold his company some time ago. But I watched him get filthy rich. That's how he became the rich jerk, was by doing this strategy. In fact, that's the first place I ever saw it many years ago. He was selling a business on eBay, of all places. I saw him selling his business on eBay. I think he was asking like, I don't know, $60,000 to buy his business. And when I was investigating it, I got to learn all about the business model. And that's what he was doing. And he made a fortune doing it. I think his biggest one was in the credit repair or credit card niche. And yeah, he did exactly what I just described here. I think it's okay for me to reveal that. So many years have gone by, and I think he's public about it now. But I won't say who he is, just to preserve that. But yeah, I know that from firsthand research that the rich jerk got filthy rich by doing exactly this business model. Oh, you're off again.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
No, it was red for a second. That's so weird.
Okay, you better.
Anyway.
You need to learn how to use your mic.
Yeah, I know. Some producer I am. Anyway, I looked him up because this is the first time I've heard about him, and it's all videos of women in bikinis. Yes.
Yeah, he did it late. He did an infomercial. That was sort of the height of the rich jerk empire that he built. He had late night infomercials of. I think it's an actor. It's not him. I think there's a guy like in a robe surrounded by girls in bikinis, and his.
Yeah. I that reminds me of something. I saw this tweet. You might know. I want to know if you've heard about this. I saw this guy on Twitter. He's a direct response affiliate marketer guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he says that he remembers an offer years ago. It was like the offer was something basically like, it was called like The Last Wish or something. And it was like, this millionaire is dying. It was totally fake. They hired an actor and everything, but they had this crazy dramatic VSL, and it was like, this millionaire is dying and his last wish is to share his secrets with you. And somehow it managed to get on ClickBank for like 3 days, and they took it down eventually. But he
Yeah,
says it made a ton
so-
of money. Do you know
Yeah,
about that?
going. So you're talking about the heyday of like there was a period of time in the early 2000s, I think, maybe 2012, maybe at the latest. I don't know, but anyway, there was a period of time where there was a series of offers that got released on ClickBank, and oh my gosh, they were awful. That was one of them. There was another one where it was a whole story about a stripper who got internet marketing. Yeah, the stripper was selling an ebook because she got an internet marketer drunk. One of the gurus got him drunk at the bar of a seminar.
That's good copy.
Right.
That's creative.
Yeah, so that was the whole angle. Like this stripper got him drunk and learned all of his secrets, and now she's going to share it with you. There was another one that had like a dwarf was part of the story somehow, and like it was all these really, yeah. I know all the guys that put those out. They did make a lot of money, but one of them got thrown off ClickBank. I don't think he's ever been allowed to go back on there, but yeah.
There has to be a creative and honest, like a white hat way to make a funny and dramatic story like that. That'd be kind of fun to do. I don't know if maybe it would be maybe it's a waste of time.
Yeah. So anyway, it was quite amusing, luckily I didn't get caught up in promoting all that stuff, but I do know a lot of people who created those offers and promoted them, and I avoided all of that. But it's entertaining to talk about, that's for sure.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
Lots of people say they remember, a handful of people, they say they remember the rich jerk. My duck says I'm a poor jerk. What do I know?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting study in sales psychology, actually, because if you read the copy and you read his approach, it's very, he's very antagonistic towards his buyer, but makes them buy. Like he sold a lot of product, right? There's a reason that he spent, doing a late night infomercial is incredibly expensive. And he made a lot of money under that rich jerk persona. Now, what's funny is you meet the guy in person and he's sort of quiet. He's a kind of little bit of an introvert. I think he wouldn't mind me saying, not at all like the persona that he puts on for the rich jerk. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good a great question just rolled in from RV Andes. Is weight loss too broad of a niche?
No, it's not. Yeah. Now so there's a strategy that I do. I don't think we've ever done a training on this, Nick. So I don't know. We have to think of how to package it, but there is a strategy that I apply where I make my brand, my business, a broad niche. Like weight loss, right? Or alternative health, or maybe healthy weight loss or something, but a big, broad niche. And what I do is my first product that I sell in that niche is specific, right? So I might go in the quote unquote weight loss niche, but my first product might be about the keto diet, right? And I do that so that I have room to expand or move around. I like the freedom to be able to move and flex and adjust so that, let's say my keto business is not doing so hot, I can adapt it and adjust it without having to throw everything out and start over, right? So I can just keep going in the weight loss niche, and maybe I can try paleo, right? It's kind of similar to keto, so I might try paleo. If paleo doesn't work out, I might try fitness. That would still fit under that niche, right? That's if things are going wrong. So I have the room to bend and flex and adjust and change my, what I'm promoting. The other thing that it lets you do is when you succeed, you also have that ability to expand. So now that you've done the keto diet, you can expand and start to talk about fitness, or maybe some stuff about blood sugar, or other kinds of health things related to weight loss, or maybe even alternate diets, right? So you have this room to either bend and adjust and flex if things go wrong, but you also have the room to expand when they go right. So that's my favorite way of kind of like identifying and proceeding with a niche, is by doing that. Yeah.
It's kind of what you're doing on YouTube, because we've talked about this, where I kind of had the impression we should niche down a little harder, and you kind of wanted to stay a little mass market and We've kind of had a
Well,
conversation
it's also
about this.
it's about. Here's the thing: is I think people get distracted by. There's a lot of gurus and other people teaching niche marketing in a way that I don't agree with, and that's with this approach to really niche down, do a lot of research, investigate keywords, get really precise. I believe it's about the people, not the keywords, right? So who are the people that I'm going to be getting in front of? And what are they interested in, right? So I start to think about, okay, who are the people that would be interested in a ketogenic diet, or who are the people that would be interested in weight loss as a whole? And I really want to understand them. That's so much more important than, labeling it with what the niche is or what the keywords are you're targeting or things like that. It's all about the people. And so when I'm going in a niche that's broad, like let's say weight loss, again, I identify the people. What are their problems? What are their goals? How can I serve them? And it's through the vehicle becomes the keto diet that I'm going to help people interested in weight loss, right? It just becomes the vehicle that I can get to that audience and help them. And then you'll find that you have multiple vehicles that get you to that end destination where you can help that group of people with their unique problems and goals that they have. Yeah. So, all right. Any other questions?
Yeah, RV Andy has a question. He says, sounds like a follow-up from an older question. He says, it's the commission engine site I'm asking if you send the people to the homepage or course with influencers.
So if you're doing influencers, I'm trying to remember the commission engine site. I think your homepage ends up operating. So commission engine sites are designed to give away for free. So they will take a little modification to be able to sell them, but you would send them to the homepage, but you need to actually modify it so you can charge money for it. Now, a push button AI website, you can set it up to charge money for right out of the gate, right? Each one takes a little bit of slight modification to apply this strategy that I'm talking about today. And you can get tech help with that, by the way. So if you're not sure how to do that, reach out to support. We'll get you the tech help and set up a Zoom call and help you with it in order to do that. So, but to make it, the short answer is commission engine site, you send it to the homepage, but you will need to adjust your site so that you can charge money for the course and not give it away for free.
All right. And looks like we're good for questions. You want to end off soon?
Yeah, let's do it. We've been live for a while, and
I'm actually, so I say this because I get kicked out of this room at 5. So
okay,
yeah,
which is
I'm
what
renting a conference room at my co-working space.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, and I have certainly a big pile of things to handle over here. So I think we will be wrapping up. But before we go, I have an important question.
Okay.
Why did the can crusher quit his job?
Why?
Because it was soda pressing.
So when me and
did I ruin the awesome streak? Or did we?
No, that's good. Me and Michaela basically Michaela's my girlfriend. We use the same joke with each other. If something's bothering us or we're upset or something, we say we're so depressed, like so depressed. That's we'll say a strong 8, like an 8.
Strong 8. Okay, well that's still good. Okay, well then this show still officially stands as the highest scoring joke rating so far.
You PR'd. Very nice.
I PR'd. Yeah. All right, awesome. Well, everybody, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are still here, you're troopers. You've been here for a while, most of you. So job well done. I'll remind you that tomorrow we have a private invite webinar where I'm going to show you, it's a guy named Aiden Booth who's going to join us with his Omega product, or also known as Vulcan. And he's going to, I'm going to force him to share his screen and we're going to look into some really cool stuff that he wouldn't share with us before. So it's a version of you've never seen this before. You will never see it again. I'm actually personally going to be joining him on the webinar and dragging it out of him. I'm going to make him show you this really awesome automation and use of AI in his tools that he has. And he has a unique traffic strategy. I've never seen anyone do what he's doing before. And he automates it, uses AI. It's really cool. It's by invite only. It's tomorrow. And the link to that is pinned in the comments. And then last thing, Nick, do you want to promote your video on the channel? I think we just dropped one, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. Let me drop the link. Let me pull that up. Yeah, this one's cool. It's we've done lots of videos on AI ads and how you actually do the text to video, but we haven't done a video on how to actually write the script. And this is basically AI copywriting. How do you go onto ChatGPT and have ChatGPT write you an ad that makes you a ton of money? We went and we wrote an ad, and we're actually using that ad to promote the 5-day challenge. So go check it out, follow along, share it with all your friends.
Yeah, there you go. So it's
really helpful.
Dropped in the comments. So yeah, as soon as we wrap up, head on over there, check out that video. Drop a comment that says AI copywriting. See how you can cleverly use the phrase AI copywriting in a unique comment and drop it on that video. And yeah, I have a specific reason I'm asking for that favor. But yeah, go check out the video. Of course, give it a watch to the end. The more watch time we get, the better. YouTube's always watching the channel to see our watch time. If we retain people who start watching and stay watching a video, it makes a big, huge difference on the channel. So head over there, watch it all the way to the end, and drop a comment in there that uses AI copywriting. Here, I'll put the phrase right there. AI copy writing. There we go. And I will be eternally grateful. I will owe you forever for doing that. And with that, we're going to wrap things up. So Nick, thanks again for awesome job well done. And everybody, I'll see you next week. Oh, we need a commercial. Where shall we go? Let's go with this one. Bye, everyone. Those of you who are not yet a Push Button AI customer, then you need to check this out. And all you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo, pushbutton.ai/demo, and you can get a live one-on-one appointment to get on Zoom and see this powerful technology in action. And with Push Button AI, it will build an entire business from bottom to top. Everything you need, from your domain name to your logo to videos to audio lessons, an entire course that you can sell as your own, a 30-day email sequence that it writes. You can send a daily email for 30 days, all written by AI, and a whole lot more. It writes your sales page. If you're not sure how to write an expert sales page to convince people to buy stuff, it writes it for you. It writes a free report that you can give away to get subscribers to your list. It even creates and writes the opt-in subscription page to get people to subscribe to get the free report. And it goes on and on and on. It even writes your first 10 blog posts for you, and it can do so much more. Social media posts, ads, all of these things are done, and all you have to do is answer a couple of questions and push a button. Now, Push Button AI is not available to the public at the time of recording this video. And the only way to get in is by invite to our behind-the-scenes beta access. And during your live demo, we'll show you the technology. We'll actually work with you to actually map out an entire course that you could sell as your own. We'll outline the course with you together on the one-on-one Zoom call. And then if you so decide, if you're a good fit, you can come in, join our Push Button AI beta program, and be in business with that very course by the next day. Go to pushbutton.ai/demo to figure out if this powerful technology is right for you. You can register there. You'll book an appointment in the calendar. Be sure you show up. Our team will be very excited to meet you and show you how the tech works, outline your new course for you, And hopefully it's a fit and we can work together to launch your next business.
The presidents, celebrities, or characters in this video are all fake and generated by artificial intelligence.
You know, the other day while I was resting my eyes, I woke up to find that I'd built an entire online business.
Really, Joe? How'd you manage to do that?
Well, you see,
Wait a minute, Sleepy Joe. Let me guess. You had push-button AI do all the work, didn't you?
that's right, Donald. It found me a fantastic domain name, built out a complete site, set up my shopping cart so I can get paid, and even wrote an entire email sales campaign for me, all while I was napping.
Well, I've been using push-button AI too. And believe me, my new business, it's huge. The best. So much winning, you wouldn't believe.
This push-button AI sounds phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It's almost as genius as I am.
But with better hair, no doubt.
Guys, all this talk is boring to me. What everyone needs to do is click the link of this video and go to the masterclass to see how to use this powerful technology to build their own profitable online business.
Well, if Elon says it, it must be worth a shot.
You're right, Barry. Everyone should click the link right now.
I can't believe I'm going to agree with Joe, but this masterclass sounds like it's going to be huge. Absolutely terrific. The best masterclass ever given, probably.
Okay, guys, how about we hit that link? Time is money.
You can now launch your own online business with the click of a mouse. Sounds crazy, right? Guess what? It's now possible thanks to our game-changing AI software that's helping beginners build a successful online business. If you have tried and failed at building an online business or you've got no idea where to start, there is good news for you. We are entering a new exciting era of AI, and I'm here to teach you how to use it to build and grow an online business. Because I'm handing you a blueprint, a business in a box powered by AI, and it's called Push Button AI. Imagine a tool so smart it does all the heavy lifting for you. Builds an info product business, sets up hosting, launches the website, and even crafts engaging email sequences. Here's the thing. This isn't like anything else out there, and this is based on what's working right now. Push Button AI is based on my experience of generating over $100 million over the last 20 years and helping over 81,942 customers build and grow their own online businesses. If you'd like to find out more about this, register now and dive into my free live demo to uncover strategies and traffic tricks that will pivot your business and skyrocket your online business from surviving to thriving. Imagine what your life would look like today if you bought Bitcoin when it was $1. You now have the same opportunity with Push Button AI since nobody else is doing this. Don't miss out this time.